Okay. There we go. Turn that up, turn that down. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Ugh! It's a neighborly day for this beauty wood. Neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?
Hello.
Yo, yo.
Hello.
Was about to answer your DM. But
You
both,
can answer it still.
yeah, I can actually answer it live here for documentation.
Bet. Let's go.
Those
I
are
forgot to
both
talk about
things. Well, yeah, those are both things that I do plan on doing in the future.
these.
It's just a matter of making sure that I plan them properly, as well
Yeah.
as put out the correct people for them. So,
Oh yeah. I think for the storytelling one, I think Stax does a great job.
Mhm.
Personally. Like he always
Yeah.
stands out on, or at least at CRL Worlds, he was standing out a lot to me.
Yeah. And that is the thing. Like, if I'm gonna do certain things, I definitely want to not just put myself into the position of leadership. I'd like to have people come alongside.
Yeah. It'd be
So
amazing.
it's a matter of asking people, allotting time, getting things set up to where we can best take advantage of the time that we've been given.
Yeah. Faux show.
And especially if it was someone like Stacks, you know, I don't
Yeah.
personally have the money to be like, hey, you want to come in here for an hour? I'll pay you your hourly rate.
Lol. Yeah, I mean,
There goes
I think
there
they're
goes a large chunk of my budget.
yeah, it's like I think there are some casters out there, and maybe even some of those top guys that would be
Oh yeah,
down to do it free of charge, but who knows?
yes, but at the same time,
Yeah, exactly.
organizing and making sure that things are planned ahead. Like this
Exactly.
this entire month is kind of more fly by the seat of my pants than anything else. So I'm working on trying to make sure that next month is much better planned out.
hmm You know, someone worth talking to would be Nelhad. I think if there's one caster that does a stellar job of storytelling and setting up a storyline, it's Nelhad.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that goes for all esports titles. He would be a great resource for, I mean, telling you how to find resources,
Mm-hmm.
what to research, how to organize those
Mm-hmm.
thoughts, and then incorporating that into casting. Like
Mm-hmm.
he, this dude's got work ethic for sure, and it's a shame that he won't do that much esports work, but he's looking to go into traditional sports, and right now
Ah,
he's working at a news station as a anchor, so he's covering like local stories and writing his own.
there you
So
go.
yeah,
Love to hear
he
it.
would be a fantastic guy to bring in.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
although like he would have a ton of insight, and it's one of those things where Nelhead's not as well known as I wish he was and as he very much deserves to be,
Mm-hmm.
but heavily underrated. I Bass and I had conversations one time about Nelhad, and we were both convinced that Nelhad could walk on to any esports production and easily be among the top 25 casters in that title,
Mm.
just because of how just what he brings to the table. Mostly his storytelling, but also just how generally likable he is, how good he is at casting. His energy levels are, I like to call him the Gus Johnson, not the comedian, the commentator Gus Johnson of Rocket League
Well, that
or
wouldn't
of
be
esports.
funny. By the way, there you go. Kansas City, Australia doesn't exist.
Bruh. So you actually live in the land down under.
Apparently.
That's amazing.
No, I live a little closer to Alice Springs, to be perfectly honest.
Bruh. That's funny. they photoshopped it. Oh, it's so good. Like, what a contrast of the land, too. It just makes it funny.
That would be a rough place to put Kansas City. I'm
It's
just
so
saying.
interesting. How, like, what even Australia looks like? It looks like red sand or something like that. Like it just
Well, I
or
mean,
clay. Like
yeah, literally, it's largely desert.
yeah, it's crazy.
Hello?
Hello,
Hello.
the Star Coin Hero.
The wonder of nature.
Yep. The wonder of nature. The 17th wonder of the world, actually.
Ooh. Can we talk about the other 16 for a moment?
I was gonna say.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean that was okay. Yeah, I appreciate the fact that you left
give
it
me a number.
open-ended.
And I'll tell you all about
11.
it. A rock. The Rock.
Like Dwayne the Rock
Dwayne
Johnson?
The Rock Johnson, yes.
Ah,
He's the 11th wonder of the world, yeah.
this makes sense.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me, in order to become a wonder of the world, you have to have drive and you have to have power.
You have to stay hungry and you have to devour.
Hmm.
I actually went to a Tech
Do you
9
have to-
concert last night, so I heard
Do
that
you have
song.
to put in? Do you have to put in the work and put in the hours and take what's ours?
Yep.
Okay,
Yes, you do.
I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, I heard that song in person last night. It was very fun because I went to the Tech 9 concert. He came to Springfield.
Was the Rock there?
He wasn't.
That's depressing. That's the whole point of going.
Did they have some goober lip sync the Rock's lines?
No.
No.
Did they even do his
played it on the
verse?
screen. They did the verse, but they just played it on the screen.
Boo! We wanted the Rock.
True.
I've actually forgotten what the wonders of the world are, so I looked them up.
Telling you, man, it's The Rock.
I mean, okay. I know 2 of them for sure.
Uh-huh.
Pyramids and Stonehenge.
I don't
And
think
Andre the
Stone-
Giant.
Wait.
I thought
Oh,
Stonehenge.
these are the 7 new wonders of the world. What the trash?
What happened? Did I miss something?
Okay. The wonders, 7 wonders of the ancient world. The pyramids are on there. Bruh.
Oh, Stonehenge isn't one of them. Never mind.
Yeah, I didn't think it was.
It might have been
I
one
knew
of
it,
the
you sure?
ancient wonders of the world. No, wait, never mind.
What the trash?
Wait, why is there a new 7 wonders of the world anyway?
Yeah, I'm confused. The Great Wall of China has always been on there. Christ the Redeemer statue in Rio de Janeiro. Those are there. I recognize those. The Taj Mahal, probably.
The Taj Mahal.
Yes. The Colosseum? I feel like these are not the wonders of
Yeah,
the world.
I literally feel like they added wonders from Civilization, Sid Meier's Civilization. Like,
Yeah.
Civilization has completely ruined history. Never mind.
Never mind. Original 7 wonders of the world. This is what I want. Okay, I don't. Bruh.
Actually,
New World Encyclopedia. Bro. Okay, so the original 7 wonders of the ancient world: the Great Pyramids of Giza, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon,
Yes.
Temple of Artemis at Ephesus,
Yes.
Statue of Zeus at Olympia,
Okay.
Mausoleum of Mausolus at Halicarnassus. I don't even know what that is, but
Say that 5 times fast.
yeah, good luck. I had trouble just pronouncing it once. Colossus of Rhodes
Okay.
and Lighthouse of Alexandria.
Okay.
Interesting. Yo, what the? Is this an audio interface? Sorry, I got a Sweetwater ad on this website, and now I'm intrigued.
There you go.
A solid state
So,
logic.
I just had a thought. Because
Uh-huh.
I could have done a rant right there. And because I decided to completely lose comfort and lose focus, lose confidence in what I was going to say, it completely lost all credibility. But I almost want to go back and do the rant anyway, just to show you that if you do something confidently, like, you could literally be ranting about the fake wonders of the world and how Sid Meier's civilization has ruined the annals of history. And it's a tragedy because of the fact people are learning about all of these wonders, and there is no longer the original 7 wonders of the ancient world. It is now this amalgamation of 50 achievements that you can get from Sid Meier's civilization. And by the way, they continue to update them with each and every game that they make you buy.
Lamau. Bruh.
I mean, it'd be one thing. It'd be one thing if it were Civilization 3 and you had the no CD hack and you weren't paying for a new one. But EA Games got a hold of that, and it's game over from there. They're changing history. They are altering the brain space of everyone who plays the game. And now, instead of 7 wonders of the world, it's 77.
Okay.
Nice. Wait a minute. What? This isn't a real picture. That is not what Christ the Redeemer statue looks like. What the cheese? Hold the phone. No way I'm. Hold on. Okay, I'm not tripping. I knew what it looked like.
Mhm.
Wow. Oh my goodness. I'm looking at like a. Wow, that thing is gargantuan.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize how big that is.
I mean,
Insert joke here.
it would have to be in order to be an wonder of the world, quote unquote.
That's true. Wait, isn't this a violation of the second command? Never mind.
My foot is in pain.
Tell it to stop.
What have you done to your foot?
I've been standing / walking for a week straight.
Ooh! What have you been doing over that week?
You haven't sat down?
I have been working. I have been going to the mall. I just went to a concert where I had to stand for like 4 hours straight and jump around.
Oh!
Dude.
They literally forced you.
Oh no, they didn't force me, but like I'm not gonna go sit down in the stands. I want to get up close.
See, I went to a concert a few weeks ago, and I hadn't ever like been to a concert where you stand the whole time. I didn't realize how brutal that is, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was like 80 degrees inside too.
Oh,
Gross.
It was hot, but I had a good time.
That's hot.
no, Grant. That is not the type of hot.
Sorry.
No,
Sorry.
not
My bad.
forgiven. Anyway,
Not
no forgiveness was granted that day.
Granted.
haha, granted.
All right. Anyway. The amount of stupid jokes.
Quit trying to make yourself the star of this voice chat.
Sorry, it's just a natural reflex.
You know, when you think about that response right there, it's a perfect example of when someone uses a little too much punnery.
Punnery.
Yes,
Okay,
during a broadcast, it can
Pun
get to the
pudding?
point. It can get to the point where it's off-putting, not pun put. Never. Just stop, Grant. Just stop. But you never, as the commentator, you never, as the commentator, want to take the star away from the show that you're commentating.
Yes.
No, not.
I think the goal should
forget your co-commentator.
Throw him under the bus.
Yeah, throw him under the bus. Nobody cares about your co-commentator. They have 1,200 years in commentary experience. No, it doesn't matter. Are they John Madden? And that's just another Maddenism for the whole. Flush it down.
Maddenism. There it is. So let me tell you about this really simple thing that make it sound way more complex than it actually is. In fact, the sentence I just said there is a complex amalgamation of words that was meant to and designed to make you feel in a certain way that doesn't really have any particular way, except now it's supposed to make you feel.
Okay, there we go. That's better. You can get the server mute on Grant there for a moment. Yeah, this is usually what happens towards the very beginning of one of these, as we wait just a tiny bit to see who all gets here, who doesn't, and then we move from there. But I unmuted you, and I half expected to continue to hear you talking.
You know, I couldn't hold back a smile because I just knew the unmute was coming, so I was like, I can't. I was prepared to go on longer, but
yes,
you know, going on longer is another concept of time. Just keeps going.
I enjoyed.
Oh man.
The moment of silence, or
what? No. Yes. What? Well, see, now, moment of silence is a social construct. I'm just throwing out the biggest words that come to mind.
Aye.
Help. I was just like, social construct. That sounds political. Let's use it.
Social construct. Oh boy.
The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma. Set to be upon thee. I don't know. I will strike down upon thee with. You know, what are you gonna say?
How are we doing tonight, guys?
I don't know what to say anymore, Grant. You have a way of hijacking things.
Nope. I'm not gonna. Nope. Yes.
Yes. Grand Theft Casting Workshop.
More like Grant Theft.
Yes, exactly. I left that one open just so you had said, "You'd fallen for my trap card."
No. Man.
I use mirror force.
I feel like. I feel like. Is there anything. I couldn't think of a play on words quick enough, so I'll hit that joke back later when there's no context around it anymore. So.
Anyway, let's start going. Have you had? It sounds like you've been very busy, but have you had any casting assignments lately?
Nothing. Not too much. I did Bandits on Wheels this Thursday.
Ooh, maybe we should go back and look at that VOD.
Hey, you can watch my Valorant VOD.
I need to do more Valorant because, like I said, I'm trying to make a highlight reel, and like I have so many Rocket League clips. I have like 3 Valorant clips.
Mm. Well,
It's-
hey, if you need
it's
help
kinda
making a
rough.
demo reel, I can give advice and edit it. Except that second part comes at a price. Did I just rhyme?
Advice and price. Yeah, you did. You did.
Dang it. No,
But,
is there anything? Never
Yeah, I'm
mind.
trying to. I need more Val clips for my highlight reel because I have like
Yeah.
2 or 3. I don't know.
Yeah, I did my like 3rd Valorant broadcast ever, but it was like after a 8-month hiatus from Valorant. So, and even then, I had only been casting Valorant for a week. So I call it my first time, honestly.
You're with Scotty.
I was with Scotty.
I thought you were talking to me. I was like, no,
And
it wasn't.
Scotty
Scotty
was Scotty was on the wrong microphone.
She
No
was on the wrong
shot, bro.
microphone.
There's no reason those things should still be happening in productions. What the trash.
Unfortunate.
I'm gonna go yell at Pranav or whoever he had broadcasting.
Okay. Let's see here.
Don't go yell at Pranav. Pranav is fun.
We love Pranav.
We love Pranav. Hashtag
That's why we yell
love
at him.
Pranav.
That's why we yell at Pranav, lol.
Lol. There you go.
we
Verbal
love
assault.
him.
Lol.
Wait a minute.
Do not pin
What the-
Firefox. I do not want it pinned anywhere.
I want it pinned.
I do not want it pinned. Why am I? Why?
I
Where did
would
this
rather
actually
it
come
had
from?
not
Why?
be pinned. What are you talking about? This is offensive. What are you doing with your life? I cannot believe
Let's
you
see.
have done this.
Is it really offensive? Because like we can.
I
we can
mean,
do a voice
you
accent
think
and
about the
nobody-
original voice being Apu, and that even the person who was voicing Apu thought it was offensive enough to not only never do it again, but to just straight up be like, "God, just end the character."
Fair.
So
But, like,
yes,
what
the answer is yes, Grant.
But what about when we do like a British accent or an Australian accent? Like, there's no offense there.
Are you sure?
I mean,
There is a fence. There is definitely a fence.
you know what? Now that I think about it, offense is subjective.
Well, at
Did-
least.
Did you have a permit with that offense you built?
Bruh.
A fence. A fence.
By the great Scotty P. Scotty P.
Anyway.
Because
Wait,
Feeling
I'm
good,
going
feeling
I'm
good,
going
almost the
straight.
end of another
We'll
great-
go straight into we can do a VOD review for Starcoin.
Pog. Let's do it.
That would make things productive while we are waiting anyway. I
Yeah.
don't have
Like,
I don't have anything too out of the ordinary planned at the moment, and like I said, this week is a fly by the seat of my pants kind of week. We got a lot of door dashing to do, along with other necessities in
Possibly
life.
forgot it.
But anyway,
Honestly, it's a hard name.
VOD review.
Can we like pause it for like 30 seconds?
yeah, go ahead.
Alright, I'll be right back.
And then there were 2.
And then there were 2, but only for a matter of seconds.
Wait a minute. See what I did there?
No, I don't. I don't see what you
Okay.
did there.
Sorry. Well, you know what they say.
No, I don't. And
I was actually going to tell you what they said earlier. but
I'd appreciate you
cut
stop
me
doing
off.
that.
Well, you know, I was genuinely going to tell you what they said earlier.
Yep.
And you cut me off.
No, don't want to know it. Don't want to know
yeah,
it.
you never will know.
Exactly.
What if the new catchphrase becomes?
Nope.
Is there anything?
Nope. Stop. Not
Because like
happening.
I thought about
There is
it.
no new
about it.
catchphrase. This is all a ploy by the government. They're trying to get you to think you have something new when you don't.
How'd you know Joe Biden hired me?
Joe Vibe.
I'm ready for the VOD review.
Wait. Did you? Did I? Tell me I heard you wrong. Joe Vibin?
No comment.
Like president of the party, Joe Vibin? Are
No
you
comment.
kidding? Oh my goodness.
No comment.
No comment. Okay, that one.
Bro,
We're gonna listen. We're gonna listen to that one back. Oh boy.
What do you want to tell Joe Byron right now?
Joe Vibin.
Yeah, Joe Vibin. Everyone's
Joe Vibin on the call.
Everyone's favorite. Everyone's favorite POTUS MC, Joe Vibin.
I want to be the MC of the White House. It's my dream job.
He's got
I'd love
the
to
veto cannon.
I'd love to commentate everything
Anyway.
that Joe Vibin does.
Okay. I'm done here. From the top. We'll take a look at this. Grant, try to put your critique hat on.
Oh,
And try to be
yes, I can do
90% less offensive.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bandits on Wheels number 20. I am Starcoin Hero, and I am joined by the great Scotty P. Scotty P, how we doing tonight, my man?
Feeling good. Almost.
I
the
love
end
the
of
quick
another
intro.
Great week here in the month of June, and we are starting right in with the winners semifinals. Going to be between Lean Cats and Red Crown Esports. Winners quarterfinals, rather. I'm getting around ahead of myself, looking to get into the winners semifinals, where they will be playing against the winners of Ball State or
It's my school.
forget the name, Trifling Barracudas. What a name
Trifling
that is. I don't know
Barracudas.
why I possibly forgot it.
Honestly, it's a hard name to forget. I'm surprised that you did forget it because I don't think I ever will. But once again, Pool 2 matchup, and this is a. winners
Did
final,
they
and
turn
we're
you
gonna be
down
facing
thinking
off
they were
against,
turning
like you said,
Scotty
Ball State
down?
University or
Yes.
Trifling Barracudas. So either way, no matter who we get,
I'm
I
kinda
think
sad
all
about that.
4 of these teams.
It's restored
no matter how
now,
you put 'em, it's gonna
which
be a
is good.
game in that bracket winner semifinal anyway. Either way, we get.
I can
one
hear
of
the
the 8
game noises in the
matches we
back.
have in
No.
Indeed, we do. It's going to be Red Crown Esports.
See, I have
in
the
blue,
critique
Wes
hat
Bexy and
for
Gavilan
production on
in
right
the
now.
orange.
I gotta
Yeah.
I gotta put on the
Cats
casting
with Deck
critique
and
hat.
Woozy, and game 1 of this best of 3 is underway.
Best of 3 series, like you said, so not much room for error here. Red Crown
Wait, can you pause
Esports
it?
versus Lean Cats 2.
So I guess I can just say pause whenever I have something to say. I like Ken. You heard Kendo say I like the quick intro. I'm not a fan of the intros that are just like, "Welcome back to so and so. Here's my co-commentator." Like, I always want to see some kind of original flair onto it. If you think about any sports broadcast that comes back from a break or that starts up, they always set the stage. They always set the scene with something else. You see a little what's called a locator shot. Let's say there's a Colts game going on and there's a shot of Lucas Oil Stadium, and they'll talk about what's the weather like, what's the time of day, and they'll find a way to craft that into words. Now, esports are all virtual, not necessarily a lot you can do with that, but it's like if this is Bandits on Wheels number 20, you can kind of, you can do a lot of that. You can think about the themes of numbers and what are there 20 of, or I don't know why my mind goes to a casino, and it's like I don't know why I'm thinking that, but and I can't necessarily think of one on off the top of my head. Because I normally spend like 10 minutes on an intro if I ever do this strategy. But it's like, how else could you uniquely say, welcome to the 20th Bandits on Wheels? How long did it take to get here?
You can delve
Does it-
into storytelling a little bit. And it was
Exactly.
20 tournaments ago, Velocity Next and Tactical Banditry entered into a partnership, and that partnership has colluded. $300 going to be on the line tonight on this Bandits on Wheels number 20. Ken Carmen here alongside Scotty P and Starcoin Hero. It's a wonderful day for some Rocket League, you know, but you're still maintaining the quick attitude, but also developing onto that, which, I mean, not a bad thing whatsoever. Like, continuing to develop, but also, like, the attitude of a quick throw in the very beginning is, what can we do to, you know, get comfortable with our teammate? What can we do to make sure that we get out of the way? That way we can start establishing something. The intro, it's very easy to spin the wheels. So you can do too much just as easy as you can do too little.
Yeah. I want someone to get me also hyped up for it. And when I've heard welcome back to Tactical Banditry 600 times, I'm incredibly bored and ready to click off the stream. Like, you got to captivate the audience's attention right from the get-go. Think about literally any YouTube video you've ever thoroughly enjoyed. How does that start? You know, most of the time, conflict and curiosity. But yeah, and I mean, you can take that into esports. Who's about to clash against each other? What's the conflict? And why should we continue watching? Because we're curious about something. How have you set it up to pique my curiosity, pique my interest, and set up a conflict? So yeah.
So ye.
Tons of ways you can approach the intro.
So yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything? Because I'm going to press play.
I got none.
Pretty good teams. For predictions, who do you think we got here? Who's going to take this best of 3 series and advance on to the winner's semis?
Well, we've seen Red Crown go at it several times. They've gotten to this point before, but just haven't quite gotten over the hump, and they're under some pressure early as Comp gets a nice shot whipped onto net. Lean Cats, I haven't personally seen them, but they've had a good run so far through this upper bracket. We'll see if they can bring this off here against Red Crown.
We will see. Lean Cats, throughout the entire thing, have only dropped 1 game, and that was in the winter semifinals against the Otternauts, Red Crown Esports. They've actually 2-1 all 3 of their opponents, so pretty solid starts for both of these sides. And as I say that, it's Woozy just flicking it over the entirety of the Red Crown defense.
Air pause real quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I was all tapped right there. I was checking stats.
You know what?
Classic.
You know what? Here's what I appreciate in this: the fact that you were able to still hand it off. Like, it was a rough situation in the cast, but you were able to hand it off on the goal at the end of the goal replay. So you still got the reset out of it. So, like, you made the most of a less than stellar moment. I'm not gonna beat anybody over the head with a stick for looking at stats.
Yeah, it looked like Wes was in the neighborhood of possibly.
Yeah,
Now, if it would have been just like a ramble on after that, yeah, you're kind of derailing a few things. Go ahead, Grant.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if you know you want to talk for a bit, if you have like more than the 30 seconds that Tactical Banditry normally gives you to get into a match, if you want to talk longer and share those stories before you get in the game, which I would recommend, just tell your producer, be like, hey, can we go on for a little longer? Like, can we have some time to talk about this stuff? Most producers will oblige, at least if they, yeah. Anyway, yeah, because I'm a fan of storytelling in games. There's a very specific way to go about it, and this one I wasn't a fan of because it happens in, like, this goal happens in spite of what you're saying. It's like a pretty good start for both teams. They just got the living flick kicked out of them. Like, It didn't make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, well, that's just an example of you can have your own narrative become more important in the moment than the actual moment that's in front of you. My thought process is if you want to turn the first minute of a game, of a series, into all-out storytelling, don't be afraid to ignore every single thing that happens outside of, monumentous goals. let's set the foundation. Let's ditch everything. Talk about what's going on. Oh, wait a minute. That was a flick reset. Very well played off the top bar and out, but this is just the beginning. They are going to have their work cut out for them still,
That's fair. What match was this? Was this semifinals or?
This was the winners finals of the pool stage.
Okay. See, now I think that's where I would argue it goes to my point is like, there are some high stakes, and it's a best of 3 too, isn't it?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure TB does best of 3s, so it's like you don't have all the time in the world. Like Tactical Banditry runs a very time constricted run of show.
Yes.
Where you got 30 seconds for an intro, a best of 3, and you're out of there. So it's like, normally you'd have like a 2-minute intro with a best of 5, plenty of time to tell your story and where you can cut out that first minute. But where this could be potentially 10 minutes, maybe a 20-minute cast, I would say, hey, give us more time so we can get these stories out of the way and kind of set it up that way too. Because it's like, hey, winners final, normally a best of 7, but we're in a best of 3. How different of a landscape this is here at Tactical Banditry, and here's how it's going to factor.
So yes, first minute just seems like it was a little bit out of sorts. I can agree with all of that, Grant, and it was, I would say, for lack of whether it be preparation or trying to prepare on the spot, or just the fact that TB drops you 30 seconds and go. So it's like the combination of all those things culminated into where we are right here. It's not the end of the world.
True.
But we're behind. Well, we were behind. The actual reset throw right here allows everything to catch back up. We'll see what they do with it.
Yes.
A save, just miscalculated the angle of that one. So Woozy with a solid flick gets Lean Cats on the board about a minute into this game 1. They strike first.
That they do a little bit under a minute, still a lot of time for this Redcon Esports side to come back, and that's exactly what they're looking to do. The offense has been hitting pretty hard. However, no shots yet for this Redcon side, and there's been 3 already for Lean Cats. One of them resulting in a goal, and it was a very, very nasty flick by Woozy. And speaking of Woozy, there he goes again. Great carry as well as a perfect force 50. Gets that ball past enemy lines. Deck gonna try to center it up. It's gonna be Comp with the score off the setup from Deck. And what a corner pinch.
Yeah, and this is amazing.
So a couple things. There was kind of a moment of, I think it was a color call from Scotty that I think play-by-played the play-by-play, and then it colored the play-by-play to the play-by-play. There were like 3 times where the same thing was repeated about the flick and the offense that we just saw. And this is where Kendall said, let's see what they do with this reset call, where we're already behind the play and we know we have to get back on top of it. And that's the job of the play-by-play, is to be on top of a call. So how do we do that? Well, once something has been stated, unless you have, the only time you continue to elaborate most of the time is when you have something else of value that pertains to that. It's like, here's this massive flick. Oh yeah, let's talk. Then you could talk about like the history of how good they've been at flicks. Maybe you have a random statistic that they convert 70% of the flicks that they put on target. They practice one. Like, you can kind of hybrid that. and go into a color roll. But instead we hear a nice flick. Oh yeah, that was a nasty flick over there, you know? So there's that thing that causes us to follow behind. And then there's filler words in your play-by-play that are causing you to fall behind. I think I heard gonna be 2 or 3 times. Gonna be is one of those words that's gonna slow you down and kill your play-by-play. The words gonna, going to, or gonna be are always gonna kill you and slow you down. So the solution to that is to speak in the active tense. They are taking the ball to the wall. They are putting it across the net. They are shooting the ball, not they are going to shoot the ball. They are gonna be taking this up the wall, right? You're just putting yourself behind, and there's no possible way you can stay on top of the action. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. So it's like
Use more present tense and not future tense.
yeah, and it's like yeah, exactly. It's if I'm writing a college essay, that's when we're gonna put in the filler words, right? But when we're commentating, we want as little of those as possible. Now, what Kendo would say to this is there are times, if you want to slow it down, that filler words are great to do that. But when we're normally casting, typically those words are avoided unless you're trying to slow it down intentionally.
I would say,
but here we're trying to catch up.
The most important thing that is you want to make sure that what words you use are used with purpose. Regardless of any other rule set you want to add and depict onto the story, that feel free. Like you can use any language under the sun, present tense, past tense, etc. But at the same time, make sure what you do has a purpose behind it, and you can know that purpose well enough, and you can give account in the moment, even if called upon, for what you just said. Like that would be the most important thing.
Yeah. Every word has purpose. There's your motto.
Yes. And when you commentate with that mentality, every word having purpose, and you hone down the words that you put in, one, you're going to find yourself in a much more balanced circumstance. Like, it's not the amount of words you can say, it's not how fast you can say those words, but it is how you're able to balance those words to where you get to a point you can get ahead in the play or get ahead in analysis. That's one of the joys. Like, a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to get ahead of this play because they're play-by-play. If you're able to get ahead of the play for analysis, oh man, like you can have a lot more fun with that. Like you're buying time for each other and creating a chance to interweave storyline and develop a plot behind a 5-minute game. And that's where things go from, well, this is just commentary on a game, radio style play-by-play, to, oh, wait, this has potential to be something really special. There is more. That's the point. There is more. And you're able to present the more rather than just present what you see on the pitch.
Love that. So what's an example of how this is a question from me. How do you get ahead as a color commentator, as an analyst? Or what's an example of getting ahead?
That is the fun thing, because as a color commentator, 90% of the time you're the reason that your duo is behind. Because it is the color's job to add to what has already been put out. So a lot of the times you're going to see play-by-plays trim the fat you're going to see the color commentator creating different angles, perspectives on what has been presented. And that's kind of the way it's supposed to be. But also, you get into hybrid, and it's just a microcosm of two people trying to manage their time in a very spectacular way. So, as a color commentator, trying to reduce the time, and more often than not, you're not going to get ahead of the call in color commentary as much as you are going to tread water and keep the call ahead. I'm glad your keyboard likes speaking. What in the world is that keyboard? Like I've heard of red switches. I've heard the blue switches. The God forbid you got green switches and a Razer keyboard. What was that?
Hit him with
Those Cherry MX Blues. They're annoying and I hate them.
Oh my!
Does it pick up for mine whenever I do that?
No, not that bad.
Much less. Look, I also
Grant
have
is out here. He sounds like a
diaphragm.
jackhammer.
I have a large diaphragm condenser mic. All right, it doesn't get worse than that for picking up room noise. If I had a dynamic mic, it'd be better, but no.
Maybe you should get a dynamic mic.
Well, it's almost like I need money, and to get money, I need casting gigs, Kendo. That's why I'm here, because everyone thinks I'm bad.
It's okay, Grant.
We're all bad, Grant. None of us get gigs. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's how it goes. One of these days. And then the tragedy.
Tell you what, I'm doing a lot of weeklies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep grinding the weeklies.
Yeah, that really is the way to go.
I'm gonna keep grinding the weeklies until I get bigger stuff.
I
See,
do
that's the
believe.
thing is I had the bigger stuff and then it all just vanished.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mom, I'm scared. It's dark.
That was the way that it worked out for me, though, for the longest time. I was doing weeklies. People noticed my stuff in the weeklies, and it got to a point where people started inquiring about my services.
Inquiring about my services.
Inquiring about my services. Wink, wink. Hey. It doesn't happen as easily nowadays, just because when I was grinding weeklies, there was probably still only about 100 commentators in the Rocket League pool. Nowadays,
there's like 500.
If you sneeze, you're launching a snot rocket at 12 others.
Bruh.
I don't know if it's as feasible as a method as it used to be, but it is a old school tried and true method. People will eventually notice your stuff. And TB is one place that's really good to be in because Pranav is someone with a lot of influence in the scene.
Year.
Anywho.
Yeah, real quick before we get started.
Go ahead.
I will be right back.
No problem.
Yeah.
But to finish off the answer, Grant, like you want to try to keep where you are in the play as a color commentator, and the utilization, the trimming down of the fat of what you want to say is probably the best. So know that you know this is what I want to say in this moment, and find ways in the moment to cut down your wording to where you aren't destroying time's sake. That keyboard is so loud.
It's also exaggerated by the 107 words a minute I type at.
So. 107 words a minute. There you go. Good job, sir.
Thanks. And then you got people like Sleegy who can type like 90 words a minute with pecking. And it makes me want to commit toaster bath.
No, we don't commit toaster bath.
Oh, it's so ugly. It's such a bad technique. The fact that it works makes me so upset that I actually took a class on typing properly. It's dumb.
Sleegy,
like-
Sleegy with the pigeon peck.
Hey, we back. Yes, sir.
We're talking about how Grant is jealous of Sleegy's typing style because he has the glorified
in the slightest.
he has the glorified pigeon peck, and it's faster than Grant almost.
It's not faster than me. I type faster than Sleegy.
Reads that bounce and gets it over the top of Gavilon before he can make a clearing attempt. Well picked by Lean Cats, and so they double up the lead.
That they do. With only 90 seconds taken off this clock. Comp trying to force that 50. Gavilon
Wait a minute.
to follow it.
What?
To
90
hopefully put
seconds.
something on this board. Very slow start for Red Crown Esports, despite
Yeah, a minute and a half.
showing some glimmer of hope.
I saw 100
but
seconds
still
gone. Anyway.
scoreless. And the defense
Hey,
is not quite holding
Numbers
up.
and
0
statistics.
saves.
They're made up.
See 0 goals, 0 assists, 0
Caster math is hard.
shots taken from the Red Crown Esports. So
Okay, we got the
the
bumpy
stats
bumps.
department, they are not looking too hot.
Well, in the tactical department, they haven't
Good
been
throw.
looking too hot either. They've really been troubling to try to get some sustained zone exits. They've had a little bit of time in Lean Cat's end, but not for very long, and not with enough numbers to try to get any kind of shots on. Here is West, beats one, but has the entirety of Lean Cat's back to defend. There's Gavilon there, what a save by Comp!
That microphone.
Comp flies
Yeah,
in like
that was rough.
Superman to just make that save. I don't even know where he'd come from. All I know is that keeps Red Crown off the board and maintains Lean Cat's lead of 2. Comp gonna get it past 1, force the 50, but it acts as a pass to Gavilon. He's gonna redirect that off. Woozy awaiting the pass, gonna try to set it up. There's Deck behind him, but Gavilon's gonna get there first. We're nearing the 2-minute mark, and Red Crown is still scoreless. Woozy with the shot! Vexy with the save! Comp with the rebound! And it's Comp finding his second of the game.
Yeah, everybody doing great work on this one. Dak with the pressure. Woozy gets it to the front of the net. And
Can we
Red Crown
rewind
can't clear it.
15
It's a-
seconds?
Finding to get there first. We're nearing the 2-minute mark, and Red Crown is still scoreless. Woozy with the shot! Vexy with the save! Comp with the rebound! And it's Comp finding his
Pause.
second of the... We're nearing the 2...
So, I think another thing. It sounds like there's a heavy dependence on numbers, in your casting. It's like whether that be stats, the clock, or the score line. Every call you've had so far has mentioned one of those three things that contains numbers, and it's like, I don't need to hear that every call. Yeah, I don't need to hear it every 30 seconds. And I'm not like slamming you. I'm being real. And so the other thing I heard was the score line was mentioned between you guys. I think in like it was you to Scotty, back to you. I think you guys mentioned the score line and the clock in every single one of those calls. So now it's like, okay, I get it, but tell me what's happening. See, and here's my short-term memory doing me a disservice. But yeah, Scotty said like, or can we just rewind it 15 seconds so I can remember my point? Just listen for the amount of times that the clock and the score line is
Force the
mentioned.
50, but it acts as a pass to Gavilon. He's going to redirect that off. Woozy awaiting the pass, going to try to set it up. There's Deck behind him, but Gavilon's going to get there first. We're nearing the 2-minute mark, and Red Crown is still scoreless. Woozy with the shot!
think-
Vexy with the save! Comp with the rebound! And it's Comp finding his second of the
You
game.
need me to go back further.
Everybody,
Yeah. I think it was like,
It was 5 times in the first 3 minutes.
yes, some. Wow. See, I wish I had
Back
your
and
memory.
back and forth, as far as
Yeah.
like collectively 5 times.
And it was said in different ways, but I can
Yes.
still tell they're talking about the score line. So
I did
Kendall, you probably have the
I did kind of note it as well, but it was done
Yeah.
in different ways, so I'm not gonna like
Not gonna dock it
I'm
too
not
hard.
gonna stick a pitchfork in it. If it's done in similar tactics, it can very easily get stale. But I do agree that becoming too hinged on any one device, and that's usually what I will refer to, something like going over the time or giving a scoreline recap. Like, that's a device that you will add to what you're already doing. So it's standard. It's something that anyone can do. It's very easy to do. There aren't too many ways you can differentiate it to where it is your own or something special. So basically anyone can do that. As such, it's a neutral territory. I personally prefer that the play-by-play be reserved the ability to recap the time as well as the scoreline, just because it works really well as a reset, like a mental reset. So like you fall behind the play and you want to get back up in front of it. We got 2-2, 13 seconds left, and both of these teams, it very easily. Now all of a sudden you're back in front of the play.
Yep.
Rather than the one thing that I would refer to as more of a sin is dog tagging the timeline. Like, say for instance, at the end of a goal call, you get the dog tagged out, and that makes it 2-1 with 3 minutes left. You get that, and then there's times where they catch that with, that's right, 3 minutes left, 2-1. Stop it, Grant! It's not that bad. Get down.
It hurts. Literally makes me.
So
words are hard.
What I try to say is that I don't feel like it's too much just yet, but if it continues to be a habit, well, it's something to definitely watch out for.
Cry about it. I mean,
you'll cry about it.
I'm not crying about it.
Grant's over here, drama king, mercy.
I mean, when I started learning about casting and when I started mentoring in casting, the focus was always on filler words and the common devices. And so my mentor brain goes to, how can someone take the most basic device and diversify themselves with their own unique personality so that they actually bring something unique to the table?
Yeah.
That's my brain. That's where my brain thinks. And so most of my advice comes from there.
Which, when you look at it from the professional standpoint, it is one of the first things someone like myself or anyone on, say, for instance, the A stream, if they're looking for someone that, is out of the box that they'd want to commentate something smaller with, it would literally be okay, this person is giving us, we have a lot of the standard stuff. What sets them apart? And they're looking for that it. They're looking for the ish, not just the standard Caesar salad with the with the number 6 combo.
What place sells a number 6 combo and a salad?
The
feel like
the 552 grill. I invented it.
Okay,
The 552 grill, eh?
Yeah, the 552 grill.
noted.
Interesting.
But yeah, to Kendo's point, if you want to make it in the industry, you gotta figure out and know what sets you apart. Like, let's when we could talk about Kendo. The first thing I think about is this dude's camera presence and how he's not afraid to bring himself and be himself at the dinner table of casting. And so it's like I get a very animated personality, someone who will use every tool at their disposal in other ways that people wouldn't first think of. Some might consider his commentary to be very unorthodox because they're like, what? It's like, how does he do this? It's like, I wasn't expecting it, but it's like good, you know? It's like Kendo is in a very good way weird with his commentary, but that again makes him good. It's like the thing that's to be good, you know, good. You take someone like Novanta, for example. The amount of one-liners that guy has, he could write a novel with. He's a comedian, like a genuine comedian. He'll bring comedy to the table. He'll bring color to the table. He'll talk about like the things he's interested. This guy runs like 5 podcasts of 5 completely different topics, and he will bring those passions into his commentary. So he's talking about how the car on the wall looks like Spider-Man and he's soaring through the air like Superman and looking like a Star Trek space flight fighter jet thing. He's crazy, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like noticing those things. So I didn't call either of them a play-by-play commentator or a color commentator. I just told you what they brought to the table. I didn't tell you what role they fulfilled. I told you what they brought to the table. And that's why they're making it in the industry. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
For a second there, you actually sounded like the newspaper guy from Spider-Man. What? Get over here. Sit on my lap here, kid. Listen, you want to make it in this industry, this is what you're going to have to do. This, and this. Okay, that's not it's not a concrete thing, but I do appreciate it is a very real set of advice there. Finding who you are and and I refer to it as finding your sound is one of the most crucial parts of advanced commentary. It's once you have the fundamentals down, it is very easy to just sit down and do casting. Where commentary becomes difficult is when you analyze yourself on such a minuscule level that the product you put out is its own, it has its own zip code practically. it has its own signature feel. It has sometimes catchphrases. I think of Curtis, Deuce is Wild. You know, a signature delivery. About, yes,
good old Gus Johnson with anytime he says "ow," you know, like no one can do that like him. And then there's I can't remember the NBA commentator, but like, you know, Curry with a 3 to win the game, bang,
That guy?
right?
Yep, that guy.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know
Everyone
his name,
knows
though.
him.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just had a thought, Grant, and I've never actually thought about it this way. Listen to Dick Vitale in his earlier days. See if you can find Dick Vitale before he was a completely established before he was completely established as a commentator. Because the shtick that you got in the latter portion of his career, oh yeah, baby, it's awesome, baby. You know, it's just like, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Yeah, there was a moment in his career where he was working on the fundamentals. And he would identify the ins and outs of the things he was doing. Where he became grandiose is once he was so comfortable in what he brought to the table that he was able to bring something additional to it. That's where his it came from. That's where his delivery, his sound came in, and he became an icon for what he ended up sounding like in the college basketball field.
Mm-hmm. So what we're saying is Kendo is the Dick Vitale of Rocket League.
No. I'm not even close.
Yeah. The question you can ask yourself to figure this out, why are you doing commentary in the first place? That's how I figured it out. Like that helped me stay grounded, first of all, and why I was doing it. What I figured out like a year and a half later was that I was doing it to make people smile, to be an entertainer. So now what are the ways I do that? Well, I got to make myself smile first. So then I got to locate, okay, where does my joy come from? Once I figure that out, then bring that joy into a cast so that it brings joy to others. And every cast, and I looked back on this, I was like, wait a minute, every cast that I did where I brought, where I was genuinely joyful to do what I was doing, and like I actually had fun while doing it, I got DMs from people saying like how much they enjoyed it, and it's like, well, shoot, that's the reason I'm doing it. It's like the people who don't get the spotlight, I get to spotlight them. It's like community broadcasts, things like tactical banditry, stuff like that. So why are you doing it? What is your motivation? And it's like what is your identity for casting? These are the deep questions we ask here at CCA Casting Workshops. Anyway,
Like,
that's okay. Go ahead.
Identity in what way? Like, what do you mean exactly?
Yeah. Identity referring to who are you? Who are you as a caster? What is your goal? What is your mission? Where does your drive come from? Where does your joy come from? Where does everything you do come from? What's the motivation for that? And take that everywhere with you that you go in casting. If that's to make others smile, if that's to be an entertainer like it was for me, take that with you. And then over time, you'll start to find that, okay, well, that's the core of what I do. And these are the branches, like the root of what I do is my identity, that I like to make people smile. And so the branches and the fruit from those branches that I produce is, all the devices that I choose to use, like comedy, storytelling, being myself, knowing, what defines my personality. It's a lot of introspection and being comfortable with yourself on a broadcast and not being afraid to be yourself. Like I said, that's Kendo right here. And I like to think that that's me as well when I cast. Does that make sense?
I get you.
Yeah. It's a deep question, but I think it reveals a lot about yourself, which helps you deliver a more effective product on stream. You got to have the roots. You got to have a foundation for what you do, and hopefully you love what you do, and you can find the reason for that. And that is how you will find success. Even if your commentary is as basic can get, I think your roots there, again, the branches will show the fruit from those branches will show through what you do.
I appreciate the end there. That is how you'll find success. And I do believe that a majority of people looking to get into the industry, more often than not, they determine their success upon, well, what have I done? Or what am I going to be doing? What is the next gig?
Mm-hmm.
When in actuality, your own personal accomplishments, the amount of development, the time you put in, if all of what I've done in my commentary career dies tomorrow, the one takeaway for me is I ended up using 6 years of my life to kind of help eliminate a speech impediment or an issue speech pattern that I had in my life. Like, I hammered that sucker out. I did not allow myself to let it go. And through all of that experience, you know, that right there, that's a successful commentator. You know, take away all the accolades, take away everything that I've ever done, take away what positions I've been in or been allowed to grace, and I've improved myself as a person through it all. I've improved the livelihood of those around me. I've also been an encouragement to some, which is an amazing thing to think about. So I like the point that you made there at the end. The determining of your own success as a commentator doesn't always end up being what you have casted, who you've casted for, who you've casted with. Those are all really cool. And it's fun to flex when something really awesome goes down. You know, like, shared a booth with the Chiefs, let's go, you know, something of that nature is a huge highlight. But the real change and the growth of your own person throughout it all, I think is just as important, if not more so. It's easy to celebrate a cast with a commentator you hold in high regard. It's easy to, you know, throw out, no names please on this one, but I've commentated for ESPN esports before. You know, it's easy to do all that, but what did you grow yourself along the way?
Yeah, it's
yeah,
it's like, is that what you did it for?
The introspective accomplishments are more important than the ones that you put in an outward perspective.
Yeah. Hello, Powder. You've just tuned into probably the deepest casting conversation you've ever heard.
Oh, I'm excited for it.
Welcome to TED Talk.
If we're basically defining success, what it really is, and how to find it. It sounds like the setup for a book.
Yeah,
a New York Times bestseller.
So
Motivational casting book.
just to give you some context, we are about 40 minutes in, I think, on this VOD review.
Oh my.
And we've only gotten through 3 minutes of game number 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we
like
need to
6.
kill the rabbit. So thank you for your time today, Grant. Bye. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Hang on, that deserves a. Never mind.
DMCA! DMCA!
Okay. I played 2 seconds of it. You can't get DMCA'd for that, theoretically.
DMCA only needs 1.5, bud.
Yeah. Does not need much.
Bruh.
Actually, I think it needs like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
shitty.
literally ridiculous now.
Yeah.
They will. Plus, they will DMCA you for things that aren't actually the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, congratulations, here's your copyright strike. I played the kazoo. No, that was very clearly George Michael's Careless Whisper. Hey! Give it up for Grant having that on hand. I don't know how he just did. It's like, just imagine having a soundboard with like 20 buttons, and that's just one of the hot buttons.
How
had
can it
one with,
not
like-
be?
I had one with like 30 buttons for like at least 6 months. I used like 2 of them.
Oh man.
It's pretty great.
But it was pretty funny. Hold on, I'm gonna go deaf for a minute.
Ah.
Going deaf. I guess we can fill in powder, like a brief
Back.
summary of
Oh, he's back.
Hold on. No, I'm not.
so,
Oh
okay,
no,
Anyway, he's
Where did
trolling.
everyone go?
He's
Can't hear anyone.
trolling.
my immersion.
Help.
My immersion is
Help.
ruined.
Hello?
Hello? Testing, testing.
So,
No.
oh. So powder. Basically, we're talking about. Really? We were talking about.
Hello?
We can hear
Success.
you.
Just don't know. Should I just stop talking or attempt again?
Oh, okay.
Test, test.
Okay, I can hear you guys now.
Okay, you can hear us now.
Yes.
Good.
Poggers. So,
Gaming. Big gaming.
yes. So attempt number 7 at this. Powder. We were going to I was gonna quickly recap like 2 minutes of the last 20. Try to summarize. Basically, talking about how to find success in casting. What is the one thing you need? You need to bring something to the table.
Mhm.
And if you had the most basic casting in the world, but brought something else to the table, like let's say you had the most basic Thanksgiving dinner, but you brought like, I don't know, like some bizarre dessert that no one's ever heard of. It's like,
Spaghetti
what the heck was
gelatin.
that? And then yeah, spaghetti gelatin. They're
Wait
like,
a
what is
minute.
this? And then they take a bite and they're like, wow, this is actually really good. That is the analogy here.
Oh, it's
Oh,
not.
yeah.
Of what you bring to the table. Spaghetti gelatin. Okay. But yeah, what is that success? Some people will be like, oh, well, I want to go cast for ESPN, or I want to cast alongside Stacks, or I want to, host an event with Golden Boy, like whatever the case may be. It's like some people define that as their success. Okay, well, what happens after that? Do you retire? No, of course not. There's still more to do, but what is there to do? So you have to figure out, well, why did I start in the first place? What motivates me from day to day? And like, what do I have a mission through doing all of this? Well, for me, my mission is to make people smile. I've always had a heart to be an entertainer. I tried YouTube, that failed. And then when my life started going south, all of a sudden I find commentary. I'm like, hey, look at this. This is neat. I try it. I fell in love. Why? Why did I fall in love with it? Because I wanted to be an entertainer in the first place. And this was just another art form to do that in. And then I lost sight of that. My casting career kind of crumbled for a minute. And then I regained sight of that, and now I'm starting to find gigs again. What was that sight? I love to make people smile, and I want to be an entertainer. So I figured out, okay, how do I make people smile? Well, I mean, I've got to be smiling first of all. I've received the casts that I've enjoyed the most, the ones I've received compliments for in DMs and gotten really special messages for, are the ones that I am genuinely enjoying what I'm doing. That radiates and that glows through everything. That cuts through everything I'm doing, because the real success is those messages right there. It's the hearts I've touched, the lives I've affected through my casting that I define as success. And I can be perfectly content with a dozen private messages and call that a success, regardless of the money I made or the events that I casted. I look at that and it's like, hey, there's 12 people's lives I affected, or hey, here's a time I succeeded at being the person I wanted to be. So you kind of gotta find yourself in all of this. You are the only person on this planet with the personality that you have. You might share similar things with other people and similar traits, but your one personality, you are 1-to-1. There is not another personality like yours, despite whatever you may think about some of your friends or that one girl you've been talking to. Oh, she ticks all the boxes. No, she doesn't. She ticks maybe like the top 3, and that was your criteria. No one is you, and you are not no one, but you know what I mean. Like, I was hoping that'd be more interchangeable, but no one is you. You are nobody else. So if you can bring that into your commentary, that's what's going to set you apart, because your personality is unique and it is 1-to-1. So that's how to find success, is bringing something to the table. See example, Kendo. Kendo's weird in a good way on a cast. The first thing I think of is his facial expressions, his hand gestures, how animated he is, his camera presence, the literal trademark thing that he has sparked a revolution of in Rocket League commentary, of just looking to the side and staring at his wall, pretending like his co-caster is actually there. I don't know where he picked that up from, but I picked it up from him, and then people I casted with started doing it, and I'm sure the people that casted with Kendo started doing it at some point. It's like Kendo's camera presence alone makes him stand out, and just the fact that he's not afraid to be himself. If that means being weird, who gives a flying hecking darn? Kendo certainly doesn't. So it's like, that's what he brings to the table. You take Novanta, for example. That dude's got enough one-liners to write a novel, and he brings his passions into it. He runs like 5 podcasts that are all on 5 completely different topics, but he'll bring those into his cast. So now he's talking about Spider-Man crawling on the walls when it's an Octane driving up the wall, or Superman flying through the air when it's, I don't know, breezy doing a breezy flick. You know, like, it's absurd. But he's not afraid to be himself. He's not afraid to bring his personality and what he loves into his commentary. And that's why he's also a comedian and had, professional wrestling commentary to back him up. He brought that to Rocket League, and no one had ever seen that before. So bring your spaghetti gelatin to the table, and you will find gigs, but that's not your success. Your success is the introspective parts of you and the product you've put out in casting. What internal things have there been to gain, not what external patches can you sew to your jacket that say I've done this. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Okay. And we're back.
It was a good summary.
Yes, it was borderline word for word there for a moment. It's like the poor people watching this on the VOD. Feels bad.
Oh, that's rough.
During it all, I was dropping different moments from CCA broadcasts in GIF form. So perfect.
And that was that was insightful. But somebody said something in the chat and it made me laugh.
So Grant is there. Kendo might say 4 or 5 words in the next hour. Very, very appropriate, Pass. Very appropriate.
Wait, is Bass here? Wait,
no, pass.
Oh,
yes.
I was gonna say.
You gotta remember, it's all streamed. It's how we
hilarious.
document it now.
Give me mods so I can see the whole chat.
No.
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 Anyway, yeah. What I bring to the table is a hijacking persona where I will take over.
He knows it. He understands.
What I bring to the table is a hijacking.
Wait.
A hijacking in an absurd hostage situation.
Oof.
I mean, what?
Oof. Anyway. What were we doing again? Oh, yeah. VOD review.
Okay.
We're only 3 minutes in, Grant. It's been almost an hour.
Boy.
Starcoin, do you have any?
Does
Do you
that
have-
make me good or bad at my job?
Good.
So I have to server mute Grant
If I
again. No.
if I can get an hour of feedback out of 3 minutes, does that make me good or bad at my job? That's the real
Yes!
question.
Doing great
Yes.
work on this one.
Yeah.
Back with the pressure. Woozy gets it to the front of the net. And Red Crown can't clear it. It's an easy tap in there for Comp. It's 70 miles an hour. So a goal a minute for Lean Cats. It may be lean in the name, but these cats are getting fed, Starcoin.
Ooh, Scotty!
I like
Absolutely
that.
love
Scotty!
Love that
that.
analogy. Wes sneaks it on in. Bottom right corner right there. The defense of the Lean Cat. I think they just were not paying
Pause,
too
and I
much
promise it's
attention.
10
Sometimes
seconds.
just maybe zoned
Oh,
out
God.
a little bit and didn't really recognize in the play.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about like the 50-minute tangent I went on.
Yeah, please don't expand that tangent anymore.
Yeah, so
We
finding
have
success
moved on from it.
No, the when a good call like that happens, let it be a good call. Just like
Yeah.
if it was a stellar analogy, we can look back on it in hindsight in this VOD review here, where Kendo and I were like, yes, sir, we like that. We stand Scotty P. But we don't do that on the cast. We do that afterwards. Like one of my favorite calls I ever made was, oh my goodness, somebody called Mr. Clean and Magic erased Ari, and Visionary like wheeze laughed after that call. But we didn't say anything about that on the cast. I think I broke him, and he might have mentioned it for a brief moment. But then after the cast, he was like, "Bruh, what the heck did you say?" It's like, and I've done it with a Squid as well. Like I've broken Squid on a cast, and Squid's not easy to break on a cast. But like, he will laugh. He will just. Is the chat going weird again? What's that?
No. I have a time where I broke Squid on a cast.
Oh,
I mean,
I
Yeah.
can only imagine.
I'm
broke-
bringing that back. Give me a minute. Yeah, you keep on
the-
going.
Both of these times I've broken my co-caster are in my demo reel because they're just too good. And one of the things I bring to the table is just unique and absurd comedy. And so the one thing I said that broke Squid, and as it should have anybody, was, oh my gosh, he dialed that one up, and look who answers the call on the back draw. Someone tell my ex to take notes because that's a productive relationship. And yeah, Squid just laughed, and he was like, 30 seconds to go, and they're still like, he laughed through it to his call, and it's like that's the mark of a true professional right there. It's like you can acknowledge it without actually verbally with words acknowledging it. It's just like the demeanor that follows after will acknowledge it anyway. And yeah, those are some pure moments on cast. But
I need
Yeah.
to go back through and find
I
it.
rem-
That's actually a really good one.
I remember one time I broke myself during a TV stream. I broke myself. Yeah, I was
think I-
casting ball. I was casting Ball State,
hey, yes sir.
Hey,
and
My
I
college,
was
by the way.
I was casting balls.
Bruh. Look, they actually signed up under the name. Actually, can I say that on stream? Yeah, their Smash GG name was, pardon the language, but
yeah.
Ball Sack University.
Why? No.
Yeah, I was actually
Ball-
very excited to
I-
see Ignited put that on Tactical Banditry stream, but it didn't happen, and I was upset. But yeah, the inside joke of those who actually go to Ball State University is that we call it Balls Taint University. That's like a very real thing that happens on campus. So yeah, I can see why you would laugh at just Ball State, but no, it goes much deeper.
I'm
Oh
watching.
my God.
I am.
It was-
I am watching.
uh,
I am watching my stream and
Oh my god.
everyone in disappointment. Why? Why
Shame. Yeah.
did you have to?
Oh, that
Did
yeah that
you have
that match was
Reddit?
rough. The Ball State match. I was casting. Oh, what was I casting? I was casting with Blue Blazing on tactical banditry, and oh my god, we were laughing so hard. But we were trying to keep it on the down low. No. And
But yeah,
there is,
long story short, let the call stand as a good call. Don't point it out. You know what I mean?
I get you.
So yeah,
Remember when this
that's-
was going to be 10 seconds?
I was gonna say the same thing.
I was about to say 15
I
seconds.
think we just went off on a tangent about Balls Taint University. Sorry, Kendo. Go on. That's all I wanted to say. Wait. How's Kendo's facial
Help.
expressions going? Yeah, there it is.
Help.
Help.
Kendo, did you
go on.
find when you broke squid or no?
I'm working on that right now. Apparently, I don't know where it is at the
I'll
moment.
show you where I broke squid.
But it was I know it's a minor league esports clip, so I'm working on looking
Oh,
for it right now.
yes. Yes, sir. Here, I'll find the time that I broke squid and put it in the chat. I think I have a
In the
clip.
name of these cats are getting fed, Starcoin.
You are absolutely right about that, and I love
But
that
I do
analogy.
agree. Like, just like when there's an accident or there is something that shouldn't have been, drawing attention to it can sometimes unhinge the broadcast. Same thing with something that was that good. It was a really good call. Really great one-liner. But you drew more attention to the one-liner and there was a goal in the process. So...
Wes sneaks it on in. Bottom right corner right there. The
Oh,
defense
gosh.
Cat. I think they just were not paying too much attention. Sometimes they just maybe zoned out a little bit and didn't really have their eyes on the play. An attempt by Comp was made, but Wes just gets there a little bit quicker, maybe about half a second, maybe even a quarter of a second. But nonetheless, Wes finds the net and puts Red Crown Esports on the board for the first time this series.
Yeah, it was a bit of a scramble off the kickoff. I don't think Lean Cats were quite set up to defend that one. But either way, that's actually probably for the best. Because once you get the 3-goal lead, you start to take your foot off the gas. But oh, what a chance.
Oh,
Ruzi dropped that one for deck. Ends up going off the bar. But I think they've reminded themselves Red Crown is still here. They are still a skillful team. And they've got to keep putting shots on or Gavilon's going to do that.
Gavilon! Vexy with the nice setup. And then as Gavilon just taps it right off. And the defense of the Lean Cats opens up. And they just cannot get up that high. And just like that, the 3-goal lead is now a 1-goal lead. With quite a bit of time left on this clock for this Red Crown Esports to tie this up.
Yeah, 3 straight shots here and 2 goals up for Red Crown. The Lean Cats just seem to be caught watching a little bit as Deck had to make a save on the goal line there. Red Crown now they're getting that regular time in the attacking and another look at the net, but Comp had to tip that one out of the crease.
Out of the
Setup
crease.
from Gavilon. Woozy, though, is able to undercut that. Woozy can't quite get there, so it's going to be off the board. What could have been for the Lean Cats. Gavilon going to clear that away, and then he's going to follow it, trying to send it deeper down into the orange side. Comp is there to receive.
Just pass it to me. I'm open. Come on.
Just pass it to me. I'm open.
Oh,
Just pass it to me.
So, I guess you can mute that and I have a thing. Did they say sheesh in the ad? Goodness gracious.
sheesh.
Cheeseburger, Big Mac,
Sheesh.
hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac. Well, that's fun. Hooray.
I think DoorDash or Invisalign realized they would get some free publicity. Oh, there's even more.
Bro, how many ads and why?
3 out of 3.
And why
Who
haven't
else
you
gets it for
muted them,
free?
Kim?
Indeed.
The answer.
Indeed, the advanced job search function.
Dun dun
Wow.
dun 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 dun. Do do do.
I love. Oh,
Woozy
kidding.
going to miss, but Wes was not expecting the whiff and gets away with what could have been a goal, but it is not. 30 seconds left, and it's still the Lean Cats with the 1-goal lead. However, the momentum has completely shifted.
It absolutely has.
Oh.
This has been a tale of two halves here. This could be a tie game. Vexy can't sneak it through. That ball trickled just a little bit wide, and Comp helping the case with the save.
Deck, perfect double 50 right there. That does so much for getting rid of the offense of your opponent. And now we've reached the final second, and Lean Cats hold on for
I have
just
something to say.
long enough. That double 50 from
Okay. So, what's the word I'm looking for? Reinstating, I'm going to, lack of a better word, the previous points. I counted 3 times using gonna or going to. And that also goes with trying to. So just going back to present tense, saying exactly what they're doing as a verb with like ings, like taking, passing, shooting, etc. The other thing was being aware of being able to read a play, and also being aware of the time. Like, what's the situation? How much time is left? What is that score line? And what's happening on the field? We noticed in those last 15 seconds, there was a double tap potentially coming up. We knew it was probably going to waterfall down, but the fact that this dude was up with a chance to dunk the guy on the backboard or even double tap it to tie the game. Yeah. It's like you threw that call in the middle of what could have been a goal. And speaking of what could have been, you use that trope twice in the same call. But so again, back to using the same devices. Don't get too dependent on one device or one storytelling trope. But when there is pressure on the net, when there are shots coming in, when there are pass plays happening, when there's attempts being made, when the defense is crumbling, stay on the call, stay on the play, because you threw to Scotty and Scotty had to take over where you left off. It wasn't exactly the cleanest throw, because you could have stuck on that call, because what could have happened and what looked like it could have happened. So I usually try to throw in the corner, or when I see like a clear is definitely happening, or after something insane just happened. Say that like there was a shot that should have been a goal earlier that just went off the crossbar. It was like pretty much an open net. It's like, are you kidding me? How did he not score that? And that's your throw, rather than sticking with the call. So there's also a 1-goal lead, as you pointed out multiple times. And it was the blue team that needed to tie the game, and they were pushing forward. Build the story around that. You like setting it up. There are a couple of good points in there. So, overarching critique right here. Be aware of the situation at hand. So, does that make sense? I know it's all over the place, but yeah. So yeah, I mean, if we rewind it like 30 seconds left on the clock, Kendo, or like 20 seconds, and if you can mute it,
Comp is there to receive. Vexy there.
So it's like, can you mute this part?
Oh, it's not muting.
It's not muting.
Oh, it was muted on my end.
And it's still the lead.
What the heck?
With the 1-goal lead.
I can still hear it.
However, the
Can you
momentum
not?
has
Like click
shifted.
it. Click the speaker icon on Twitch. Yeah. So rewind. All right, rewind it 10 seconds, if you can, if you wouldn't mind. So it's like you notice there's 30 seconds to go. Blue team stuck on their half, needing to get this ball across, but succumbing to the pressure of Lean Cats. They get a decent clear. It goes the length of midfield. Now needing another. It's Gavilon up in the air, looking for the double tap. Doesn't quite get the read, but still players around. Shots fired on net, and the third can't clean it up. The defense of Lean Cats just cannot be broken through. And now 10 seconds is all they need to burn the clock. But now one last chance for them if they can get there. But that air dribble staves it off, and this ball hits the ground. I didn't need to stick with it for those last 10 seconds. I thought about the throw, but a 50 came in to reinstate the pressure.
From Deck was
but it's like, you see how I'm like aware of the situation. I'm aware of the plays that are unfolding, and I'm just like smacking them. I'm like, this is happening, and this is happening, and this could happen, but it doesn't, Does that kind of make sense?
It makes a lot of sense.
Okay, good. Yeah, I wanted to give an example because I know that helps me a ton. So yeah, that's how I would have covered the last 30 seconds. And that's the beautiful thing too, is like as time winds down, you want that, like in a like if this was a blowout game, if it was still 3-0, it's like I'm casting that. It's like, they're putting on some decent shots. You can see it here and there, but nobody can like. It's a completely different tone. But because it's one goal needed, I'm straining my voice. I'm talking really fast. I'm punching home every point and every play that's happening because I want the audience to feel that. It's like if you were sitting there, like think of your favorite sports team or your favorite esports team in a situation like that. I want to be like clenched up in my seat and on the edge of it, hands over my mouth, like please, jumping up and then sitting back down in disappointment because it didn't happen. It's stuff like that. And you bring what the audience is feeling to your cast, and it makes you so much more effective. That's all.
All right.
I am so sad I cannot find that clip.
Still looking, eh?
Well, there's enough clips on the minor league esports channel that you have to catch the clip within the first 30 days, because once you no longer have the 30-day slider, it falls into the ether. So like they will list clips all the way up until you have 5 to 10-year-old clips that have 19 views or more. So like they break the clip history.
Yeah. I found my my clip. I'll just repost the actual video itself. I put it in Casting Workshop. You can hear like that's expanding on my point of, when you make a good call, let it stand. Now Squid has trouble because who wouldn't laugh at that on a broadcast? But yeah. So I put that in Casting Workshop.
I'll see if I can message Sleegy. Do you know how the? Because I know I posted it at one point, so I know I took the clip. Do you know how in Vidion the
I gotta.
What's up?
I gotta head out, guys.
Okay. Well, appreciate. I appreciate you being here and listening to us ramble on for 5 minutes of your
not us, just
5 minutes
Grant.
on your VOD. Yeah. Hopefully you were able to get something good.
Hopefully it was informative.
I got the stuff. Yeah, I gotta
good.
run
You got
to.
the stuff.
Yeah. Have a good one.
I got the stuff. Yeah, I gotta run to a cast real quick.
He's got the stuff.
I'll keep that in the back of my mind.
Wait, you got a cast to instantly apply this stuff into? Is that what you said?
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Heck yeah.
I'm gonna head out.
We'll see you later.
Do it,
Thank
bro.
you for your
Kill it.
insight.
Good luck.
Have a good night.
Have a good
You
night.
too. Lamau. I talk too much.
I get the feeling that's the last time we'll ever see Starcoin Hero here. Because Grant talks too much.
Imagine if Zactech was here. The 1 week he misses, and it's Grant talking everybody's ear off.
I know, right?
Wait, I don't get it.
Just because Zactech's here every week, and the 1 week he missed, you're talking everybody's ear off, and you would have scared him off too.
Okay. So do you know how they do the individual? Okay. You know how they do their broadcast for MLE? Do they ever clear those channels out? Or is there certain levels where the history is still there?
No, they clear them out.
Okay. I didn't know if they do clear them out every single time or not. I know there's ways of clearing them out. I don't know. I didn't know if it was something that was used. Or if they were completely deleting and recreating channels for each week. That would kind of suck. I feel like I put that somewhere. I'm just gonna have to go through all my DMs and figure out where I broke Squid and who I sent it to. It was really good too. It was a minor league esports, and it was cringe enough that it got him. It got him. Straight up, it got him.
Got him.
He regretted life after that.
I'm trying to see if there's a point of this broadcast that you can critique. Because I did my... I like to call it my first Valorant broadcast, but it's not.
Mercy. All the different things. Going through some of these old conversations. Oh my. Deeper. More. 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 Ooh, maybe I sent it to JSA. There's a chance. There's a chance it was JSA. There's a chance it wasn't JSA.
Here, I'm DMing you my Valorant VOD from the other day. Actually,
This will be
2 days
different.
ago.
Powder, did
Right.
you have anything that you'd like VOD review on?
I mean, I did just one tonight. I hadn't done one in a couple weeks prior, so there's probably not anything saved, and wasn't anything special anyway. So,
Powder, I
yeah.
missed you, by the way.
When is the last time that we've casted together? The one time I can remember is the Alpine tournament.
Yeah, it
like,
was
last April.
Been a long time.
Looks like May of last year, so it's been over a year since we've casted.
Is that the only time we've casted together?
Yeah, it was like
There's no
some
way,
weekly or
right?
monthly. No, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was like
the only
Alpine. It
time.
was Alpine's monthly at the time. It was like their last monthly before they basically just stopped doing them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it was so cringe because I had introduced both the idea of the Spectre as well as the Wizards. And it stunned Squid enough. He's like, you know what, Kendo? That was so bad. I'm stunned. So hats off to you. It went as soon as he said hats off. I was wearing one of the. It was after the Takis Tango, and I was wearing one of the Takis hair ninja, like the ninja hairs.
The one that Sleegy's wearing there.
Yes. And then he's like, hats off to you, and I immediately just hands straight up, flopped it off my hair, and let it go. And he's like, you know what? I can't even.
That series was nuts.
Yeah, pretty much. That series was nuts.
We love
I DM'd you mine as well.
Ooh. Limitless Team Cast.
Yeah, it was for their seasonal shootout premiere.
Time to
Premier League
skip Grant.
for off stream.
Oh my goodness. Well,
Yeah,
now
it was
you're just gonna have me talking more.
Limitless to stream versus a crew.
Broadcaster
Yeah.
has indicated this channel is intended for mature audiences.
I love Shank.
Listen, Grant, I don't know that I can do this on my Christian Minecraft server.
It's just
Oh, I thought this was for
Am I gonna
It's
regret
just-
this?
It's only because it's Valorant.
And again, if you hit your shot.
No! It's a DoorDash commercial.
Is
The
Valorant
worst.
rated M?
Possible
No.
thing.
Hold on, I gotta turn
think
this
it's
down.
like
All I'm hearing is ads.
They cleared him out. Okay, thank you, Pass.
Okay.
I'm like 5.5 hours behind on that.
If the ninjas don't do something about it now, this
Okay,
needs to set up
this is gonna be
momentum,
interesting.
Otherwise, it's a even further slope of He'll battle. Lands one shot. That's not the team we want to be succeeding. If we are to go further, that's 2 down, 3 down. Looking for the A-star we soars. Get a little frisky with it. He's another. Got him. Looking for one more and shut down by Zero.
Zero's like, stop shooting my friends. Ends up dying with them. Match point will fly.
Okay, wait.
Don't talk to me.
Wait a minute. You're with Hale too?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I think we got a little frisky with it. What?
Academy division. What rank is Academy
Gold 3
division?
and below. It's gold and below.
I've got to
How
go
good
back.
How good is that for
I gotta
Valorant?
go
I
back
have
through
no
and watch
idea.
this one more time.
Who cares, right? But now you're 11 and 9, close to match point. If the ninjas don't do something about it now, this next setup is going to be crucial to their momentum. Otherwise, it's a even further.
I was like switching my words during this and I hated it.
Lands one shot. That's not the team we want to be succeeding. If we are to go further. That's 2
Why do
down,
they keep
3 down.
peeking?
Looking for the A-star we soars. Get a little frisky with it. He's another. Got him. Looking for one more and shut down by Zero.
Zero's like, my friends. Ends up dying with them.
Hi.
I appreciate the fact, if nothing else, we got to see that clip. That makes me feel so much better about how bad I am at Valorant.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. It also
I mean,
definitely
it's-
happened in spite of my storyline.
I'm bad at Valorant, but I'm not ninjas of the Academy division bad, just lining up.
Match point will fly over to the Spartans.
Match point.
Check out the stats.
I say that, but that's a completely inaccurate statement. I'm really just that bad. I would walk
they-
into it
like,
too.
Swords.
The Spartans were the number 2
Ooh,
seed.
wait, Juggle God! Is that the Juggle God, as in the person we had? Oh!
Yeah.
3 and 17. Triple I.
And you just called him
28
bad,
and
by the way.
11.
Yes!
On
Yes!
4K. It's on the
Juggle God, just saying, brother. I know I'm supposed to respect my elders. That was terrible. Which one of the 5 blind mice were you?
That's not the
He was the 4th one.
Oh, two.
We are to go further.
We got 3 there.
3 down. Looking for the A-star we soars. Get a little frisky.
At least he didn't.
Yeah,
just
I'll
go
give you-
forward and peek.
I'll give you credit on this one, Juggle God. You understood. Oh, that's a buzzsaw. I need to back this sucker up. I'm glad by the last person on the team, they realized, wait, we should probably fire something off in response.
Another. Got him. Looking for one more and shut down by Zero.
Mercy.
Zero's like, check out the stats.
Okay,
A
much love,
30
Juggle
God.
for swords,
My
30
favorite,
and 17,
my favorite part of
Triple I,
that call is
28
the
and
got
11.
him.
Got him.
Man, everyone either positive or even except for Mrs. Freeze, who was doing.
I was like
the
slipping
job
all
that
over
she
my
was asked to do,
words,
which is fill and be a
and then
robot
I
and do
saved
great
it with
things
that.
because of it. And I mean, when you check out the Reyna diff, it's by a doubled up margin, but it's kind of unfair because it's still fairly close. But geez, 30 kills.
You want to play? Let's play.
Yeah, that last round alone just defined why Swords is top of the scoreboard. Can't do it again. Chief Kev says, I know your playbook, and I'm reading it in my own library, son. Zero with a takedown on to Triple I. Mrs. Freeze on the rotate. Might get cut off. Luckily, it's a teammate. Dab Master pushing early. Has the sight nearly to themselves. Just needs to get control of Heaven. Running out. Might get the plant down. They go for it. Now it's time for Retake City.
Orbital Strike does come down. They've invested a lot of ults into this one, and they need to, because otherwise they're not going to be able to continue in this matchup. Mrs. Freeze is over into Garden and Tree. Will be found out.
Okay.
All of Dark Paul Blart. He will be taken down by the Tour de Force, and life continues to surge through the veins of the ninjas. This is over into Garden and Tree. Will be found out.
Hail with the wordsmithing.
And that leaves all of Dark Paul Blart.
Hail is
taken down by the Tour de Force.
the
and life
absolute best at wordplay.
Dark. All of Dark Paul Blart. Is that the actual full name?
Yeah, his name is Paul Blart, but he was going by Dark.
Surge through the veins of the ninjas.
You know, if you're learning how to shoot guns in person, yes, you aim for center mass. But in Valorant, you gotta go for the head, and it's exactly why they weren't even able to start a comeback in that situation. Just a little bit too low, and that's crosshair placement. So crucial, especially at a time like this. You've got just one more round to win. It's all you need. It could happen so simply, or you get a lot of pushback from the ninjas.
Look at the split. We currently have 0. Looking to be able to get their TP as far as they can. They will be taking over mid. They actually may not get seen by Boomba. I don't know if they can see all the way from Catwalk. This is going to be a slow lean into A side. Audio. We picked up. Oh, goodness. See, it's
so
good to be curious about the early take, but that's such a bait if everyone's stacked up on top.
Right, and they've done it 3 rounds in a row now. Here comes the full squad push. Sees the corner soon enough. Getting it down to this enemies getting in the way. Like I said, they're about to get aggro. You see the setup every single time. Full stack on A. It's the best site that they can push with their skill set. Joselos, come on, just click it. Smoke goes away with the wall going down. Got it onto Sage. 2v2. Oh no, don't choke this ninjas. You've got to play your next shots real carefully. Play your life well. One down in the corner. Just one more to go. And this game is yours. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. What?
Oh!
Use the orbital strike to deny it. But that wasn't enough. Oh, but the
Jungle God!
Does he have the ability? That's a lot of seconds. Did Jungle God just save it? He did!
Oh my goodness!
Are you
What?
Dude, I was so confused because all I saw was just a guy looking up, and it wasn't showing like the interface.
Yours. I'm not exactly
So,
sure
like, what is this?
what's going on here. What?
Are you kidding me?
He landed it perfectly on the plant.
Oh my goodness!
That was the best play of the weekend.
What was he trying to do?
He used the orbital strike to deny it, but that wasn't enough. Oh, but the molly comes down! Will there be enough time? Does he have the ability? That's a lot of seconds. Did Jungle God just save it? He did! What?
Are you serious?
No!
There is no world that the ninjas should have won that round, but against all odds and obstacles, they find a way to make it work.
The fact that there is not a single soul in the chat who's like, are you kidding me?
We didn't have that many viewers, but
I realized that, but that was 5-head. Okay, right? Take back everything I said previously. That was best Valorant need to go pro right now.
Wow.
Right?
Jungle God threw his molly sky.
Oh, there it is.
With the timing, based on how much time
Holy.
was left on the bomb. Used his orbital strike to get the initial kill, denied him off plant or defuse, and then brought down the rain. And Zealous is left looking at it like, what do I do? And Jungle God from far away with arms crossed says, you can't do nothing, son.
The Juggle, I'm sorry for questioning you. I never should have done that. And now their wrath has poured out onto this Spartan squad. But yet another round to go to tie it up and send us into overtime. Gonna be difficult. But push.
I'm not gonna lie, that's single-handedly the best Valorant play I've ever seen. Like, yes, you can have some awesome plays here and there. You know, you could get you triple kills. you know, have the world on a string on a pinky finger. I don't care. Juggle God just made my entire day with that.
Where it all starts. They get into sight safely, pushing back on the defenders, pushing them into B site. Things could change up here with Zelos and their ult with Sova.
An interaction. They're able to get one coming out into logs. They'll drop down. The bomb is actually still hanging out on the backside of Boathouse. I'm not going to go for the plan as of yet until now. Boxes will be sighted out. Zealous knows that Chief Cap Simpra is there. The blind will come out. A little bit of an undercut. They do take down one. They go back around. It's going to be 0. They have to get back to the bomb. Do they stick to the fuse? The molly comes back out. What?
Are you
There's
serious?
enough
We're gonna
time.
do this shenanigan? Oh goodness, can he even squeeze in there? He might be able to. Yes, sir. They acknowledge defeat, and just by a couple of rounds, Spartans maintain their undefeated record.
Wow.
6-0. An incredible game that we just got to watch. Some might even call it a show, Monkey.
Oh my goodness, that was beautiful. We got to see
Yes, sir.
such last-second theatrics and drama, especially out of Juggle God. I told you his lineups would eventually be able to come into play. It just took a minute for it set up. They had to throw that molly early,
Crossfade!
hoping that bodies
I know.
would get
I
as fast as
know.
they did. But
I'll
let's
yell
stack
at
it up.
Monkey.
Let's, check these
I
guys
actually,
out.
I think I'm
Top of the
about to
stack
offer to
on the side
clean up the
of
production a little bit because I noticed a
We
couple
have
of things,
Itzco's
but
Triple I going and dropping the second 30 bomb.
Monkey
31
single-handedly runs these productions, by the way.
I know.
Yes.
He
it's
was doing
insane.
all the observing, the
And
broadcasting, and casting. Like that's
Just
that's
every
insane.
weekend for both his Rocket League and his Valorant streams.
He's nutty.
It's
Every
ridiculous.
weekend.
It's just that they kind of got railed against too often, too early whenever it was them going on the attack.
I don't like him saying railed there.
All the setup. It was so close. You can taste it. Like I think that should have gone.
Bigger fish to fry.
This is the other thing too. Is
Ooh.
with ninjas.
That's
Hey,
fun.
there he
what
is.
They've been doing. They've had a
With
single
OBS
climb going
ninjas.
up to in the season.
OBS
We don't really
wait.
know exactly where
Sorry.
they place because there's so much ground to make up in terms of their series record. That 1-1.
Doing a production
as
with
we've
Juggle
clearly
God
seen, this
Friday.
undefeated team does not accurately reflect them.
I will say
Mhm.
one of my
See
favorite
what they have for them
one of
to
my favorite
show
moments
like
so
that
far
great
in the
formula
casting
that's
workshop
gonna
was with
work
Juggle
out.
God.
It's just
Like that was so much fun.
unfortunate today.
I believe the Spartans at this point in time have assured themselves, because of being at 6-0, a top 2 position, which gives them a great feed to either pick their opponent or to have the second pick. No matter what, though, they're going to be in that upper echelon of the playoffs. And so playoffs are going to be coming up soon. They have one more match that they got to play, and that'll be next week. But it'll be the Ninjas that do have to make up a whole ton. On the other end of things, we've got a couple squads. 3-1, 3-2, respectively. The Lotus and the Phantoms. They'll be coming up for a battle of the top 4. You don't want to miss it. We'll be back right after this.
It's like 10 minutes. Kendo, just scroll. Kendo. It'd be easier.
It's like when you
Just
tell somebody
click.
to forfeit in Rocket
know
League,
what?
he's
You know
not
what?
gonna scroll now.
You know what, Grant? This
He's
doesn't
not
sound
good.
half as bad as your keyboard.
This time Chamber returns with main and will always be, no matter the map, unless I decide to change it up eventually, which is not going to happen anytime soon, I can assure you. Oh wait, lane unlocked in Viper, last second, let's go. All right, now this makes me excited. Completely different team makeups, like I predicted. You throw in a Viper, you throw in a Raze. We didn't see that last time. Chamber returns with Arc. And I mean, does anybody have the same? Okay, the only thing that's the same is the Omen, like you pointed out. This is going to be interesting. So much to keep our eyes on.
We do have Soman and we do have Sova per side. So your controller and your initiator are going to be very similar.
Oh my, that was loud.
Oh my.
Just takes the attention off of my terrible casting.
Yes. I would say what I got out of that would be it felt uncomfortable. Like you were still getting used to what you were commentating.
Yeah. That's very,
that
very
was
true.
that was about the most obvious thing. Fundamentally, it was sound. I didn't hear anything that was out of the ordinary. You
That's
just seemed like it was something you weren't used to, and then you throw in the fact that okay. I guess I'm kind of surprised there wasn't more reaction to the Juggle God clip.
Yeah, because I didn't know what he was doing. I didn't know.
Well,
he was
yeah,
setting
that
up an
was
orbital strike. And I was also confused about the Molly because I would just completely miss that. I wish I could have covered that better because that was so insane.
Like that was literally a chance. It was a clippable offense, and
Dude.
sadly, you gave it nothing.
Raise. That was
Yeah,
played
exactly.
by,
But it was for lack of knowledge.
last time.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's gonna be coming out
Monkey
on
messaged
side
me
of
after
the
that. He sent me the clip.
working into this.
And
dual controller versus
where did he
dual
send
initiator
it?
really playing
Where
for some
are our
of
DMs?
that,
There they are. He said, I didn't even realize he shot his Molly right as he died. So
Yes.
he got the orbital strike off and the Molly was already lined up as he did that. And he went all in on one save.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Literally the most insane play I've seen in a very long time.
On the defensive side first,
Yeah.
and look at this.
Even watching pro
Yeah.
play, like that was
Right?
a chef's
Juggle
kiss.
God. Right?
Chef's
This
kiss.
flash has to be flawless, and it needs to be effective, and you gotta immediately get ready for the lineup of shots. They give the blind off. That's
Which is why the reaction you got out of me was so dynamic when I first saw it, because that was stupefyingly good.
They might have it all to themselves here. A very quick push. No shots being landed. Yeah, free plant. So aggressive right off the rip.
Very aggressive.
Everybody alive though. Here come the shots.
Oh, from heaven. You're gonna see some of that guard interaction, but this is all coming still from heaven as you're holding that backside Bluey looking for heads to roll, and all they've got is one right click. Oh my goodness, they may have gotten onto sight, but they didn't really exist long enough to have to fight. No compass will get the defuse.
Yeah, to make up for my lack of knowledge, I've actually hit up the guys at my college to coach me tonight. So
Oh, are you headed out for
working on
that
it.
soon?
Nice. That's smart.
probably in the next hour.
Ah.
Look at your boy J-Rod. He was like, my man likes
Yeah, I've been grinding Valorant for the past 3 days. Like, it's all I've been playing all day.
It's essentially a half by every round. Why would you go Spectre? Just go Ares forehead. You get a lot more ammo. I'm pretty sure it fires about the same rate. If you can hit your shots, you know, I mean, you're unstoppable. So, great choice in my opinion. J-Rod is becoming my favorite, I guess, at this point. And now the recon bolt destroyed, but they saw exactly who they needed to. Didn't land any shots, I don't believe. So, unfortunate that things go the way that they did. Now we're back to it.
Cubby fight. He's gonna find two for the side. I'm talking about a 3K. He's already looking for an ace, but this is coming right out of the Cubby, and then they will find some counter kills to be able to get back to it.
No, wait, did I hear a sheesh?
Two for the side. I'm talking about a 3K. He's already looking for an ace, but this is coming right out of the Cubby, and then they will find some counter kills to be able to get back to it.
I hear sheesh.
Cubby fight. He's gonna find two for the side. I'm talking about a 3K. He's already looking for an ace, but this is coming right out of the Cubby, and then they will find some counter kills to be able to get back to it. Presence. They're gonna actually 3K. He's already looking for an ace, but this is coming right out of the Cubby, and then they will find some counter kills to be able to get back.
That is so totally a sheesh. Grant, did you just sheesh?
Drop dark cover to allow for the ability to plant.
my.
So this will be a 2-on-3, but there's just no health on the side of the Phantoms right now. The paint shells will go up. What will come down?
On top of this, you've got the retake to play for, and Heaven has not gone well historically for any that has tried to go through with it. I like the slow approach, trying the recon drone. One intel right around the corner. I'm not sure how the other Omen didn't get the kill, and that's a free defuse. That is so unfortunate. One whiff takes you down, and things go the opposite direction. 2-0 in favor of defenders.
J-Rod immediately went for the Ares cheese. I was telling you about that dog play, man. You just line your gun up
guns are
straight
so
onto
loud.
that dog, and especially if you get the recon.
The
dart,
Ares specifically.
It's great. So they do retake it, and I was concerned there too. No compass, vending machine. They looked at each other, and vending machine actually had the better timing, and didn't get the kill. Just quick headshot. Boop, is able to get that one, and It turns into a 3-on nobody versus a 1-on-2 instead for possible last-second dramatics.
A 3-on nobody. Interesting way. We'll roll with it. Hopefully,
Oh,
we'll let that
gross.
situation play out again. But I like this. This is what we're talking about with the mid control. How the defenders were normally quick to get onto mid and prevent these rotates, prevent the pushes, but mid not necessarily a priority. The rest of this door has been a priority. There has not been a single round where this has not been activated, but it's instantly destroyed and location being revealed. Needs to hit this flash. They've done it once before, but I think it's a little too soon. Won't go their way. Now the push in for the Phantoms. And again, being slow and methodical. I like this, but unfortunately, lots of damage. One goes down, 3/4 of the health on the other, and you might have a good chance of taking this round as well.
J-Rod is ADS, which
Yeah,
means
lack
this
of
actually
awareness
slows
there for
down
me.
the fire rate, but Ares is a high rate of fire LMG.
I fell
They'll
behind.
be able to overcome it, but they're actually holding down this log site right now. Zealous is looking to see if anyone's going to rotate from backside CT, and actually J-Rod does fall on site. This dark cover does come down. Actually, no, that is a poison cloud. That's the best use of being able to have two controllers, but it will be flipped. That is flipped on his head.
Last player standing.
Oh,
Wow.
Can't land the headshots. A couple of bursts missing their mark. That's the consistency coming into play.
Kind of
One
disappointed
last
with the
player
rotation.
in Luximon in a retake on a 1v3. I'm sorry to say it. This ain't going well. I think we're gonna see the attackers walking away. The
No, you're
Phantoms.
not. Don't say you're sorry to say it when they're not
Something
sorry to
special
say
can
it.
happen, but this is being perfectly played. Just let them come to you first. Although one with their knife out could get checked in a second. A couple missed shots by the Sheriff. Unfortunate that the shots don't hit. And Luximon will go down, giving a round to Lotus.
That does, that does give a little bit of a return of some of that salt, maybe, that gets poured in the wound whenever you don't win their initial timing out of a vending machine last time around. But this time he's able to be the hero for at least, a tiny version of it, as they cut this lead in half of the early pistol rounds. But we're going to be seeing a lot of rifles. Flip, I think maybe buying into a Spectre. No, he actually will be bought up a Phantom by Lanad. This is, again, another B lean. Green is going to get some intel. And this is what's so good about the initiators, especially out of Sky, is that you can motion that guiding light everywhere, and it gives you such great understanding of, instead of having to use a would-be boom bot to try and get that early play of where are they leaning, you already know.
What did he say?
What bit them last time, though, when they did that straight
What do you mean?
Did he say
off right away?
Would be boom bot.
I was like, bro, what? That is like trying to
They
go.
left the
Try and get that early play of.
Yeah, I think you need to take offense. He's out commentating you and pushing buttons at the same time. Be better.
Yeah.
Be better, Grant. Be better.
I suck at Valorant now.
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, to be fair, he's done this like 5 weeks in a row.
Yes,
And like 6 hours a week.
he's doing it really well.
Where are they leaning? You already know.
Yeah.
What bit them last time, though, when they did that strategy?
He's actually getting paid for everything. I realize Frontline is his company, correct?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I imagine if they support, like, the people who use the service support him well enough, then it's worth.
Oh yeah.
G,
I would imagine.
and got the flash off right away. So they left the site and then was succumbed to a 4-man push. I didn't even think the full team pushed on A, and it was the most dominant round we've seen all night, just to open up the game, really set the tone for.
Did you say donut or dominant?
Dominant to donut.
Are you sure?
100% sure.
You need to enunciate, man.
To a 4-man push. I didn't even think the full team pushed on A, and it was the most dominant round we've seen.
Dominant. That's funny.
Hey, yo, AD, what's good, baby? Got some donuts over here for you. Some donuts. Donuts, man. Donuts.
All night, just to open up the game, really set the tone.
Okay.
For Lotus, excuse me. But this time they don't have to worry about such a heavy push, but rather control on all fronts of the map. rather this B site, waiting for them to come to him. Oh, just pulled out at the second they needed to not do so.
Oh,
Taken down. Beautiful pick by No Compass, and I think they saw exactly where Vending Machine went.
Gross.
This is going to be a pin down attack. It's getting blinded though by the smoke, and that does give a bit of a numbers
30
advantage.
seconds
30
left.
seconds to go.
this has become a bit of a trade of where will the smoke drop between all the Omen Dark covers getting all over B. So now you see the entirety. Look at the north side of the map where all of the Lotus are actually full rotating. They know that this is where they have to go. And Ark, he has his back to literally everyone
They
else.
know where they have
Bomb
to
has
go.
to have enough time to go down. Will they be able to get on site? It is crazy damage out there. There is a Hex Bomb.
Feel like
there is
the Thane of the A
It's gonna be
push
a
would have been the
lot of
best.
flying. You have Ark just kind of hanging out over here via a field trip into the garden. He's not gonna have enough time. They can hear his footsteps.
Thane the A push, sacrifice the person, maybe get a 1-for-1.
That's the way it goes. Defenders taking
But that was
control.
pretty much a lost round when they soft pushed B and
Got tough 'cause you're
got
trying to hold down
scoped.
trying to hold down mid everything you can, but then you realize on the last person they planted the opposite direction that I'm
Wait,
looking.
Sworn is doing a Twitter space with T-Bates right now.
Dog and the frog. This seems to be some kind of pregame ritual.
No, I didn't mean to close the entire thing. Wait, what?
Sworn and T-Bates are on. Oh, it's called Debates with Bates, RLCS and CRL edition. Current topic: pros and CRL. Sworn is a speaker.
They were
So-
all just like Jackson playing.
Yeah.
So I think at one point I think it's 2 points. The first one being that a pro of that caliber playing
Debates
this
with
hero,
Bates.
I don't think people find that to be fair competition wise, because in their eyes you can't compete with that, and also that's just a way for that people to come and make free money and take money away from people who are really working for it, who ain't gonna be pro.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I don't want to encroach upon somebody else's thing during what I'm doing. So,
Lol. Yeah.
Anywho.
I mean,
free
That's
advertisement.
interesting.
Boom. Debates with Bates. That's where I'm not supposed to say if I would rather be somewhere than where I am right now. But if I would rather be someone or somewhere where I am right now, it'd be right there in that room listening. That's the chef.
hear that.
The chef cooking up some debates.
the chef who put way too much hot sauce on eggs, or are you the chef?
You know what? You get out of here with your beans. You can keep the toast.
I didn't say beans on toast is the better option. In fact, I think beans are disgusting. I
Wow.
think they're one of
You
the-
think
one of the
beans are
worst foods you can
disgusting?
eat. Yeah,
You think beans are disgusting?
I do. Now, not all beans, but like canned bean, bro. Like, why? Why would you do that to yourself?
What's wrong with canned beans? You tell me.
It's just gross. Like, I don't- I
Yeah,
don't-
like,
how
are you
can
talking? Are we
look at
talking about
that and
baked
say,
beans, or are we
this-
talking about the tomato
the
paste nastiness?
I mean, whatever. Like, whatever we saw at LAN, bro, that was disgusting. Like,
Well, they took off the label. We don't know what we saw at LAN.
yeah, but like whatever those were, baked beans, yeah, those are bad too. Like, if that's what.
Oh, baked beans are bad.
Those were, like, no, like
If done
almost
right-
all-
If done right, baked beans deserve their own food group.
beans should be their own food group anyway.
True.
But, like-
I mean, they're their own genre food. Legumes are crazy.
Yeah, and like edamame. Anyway, edamame is fire, by the way. But like those beans,
Baked
that can't- like,
edamame.
who can look at that beans on toast and go, yeah, that's something I want to
Actually,
eat.
now that I think about it, I need to see if I can do that. Do make my own like baked beans edamame.
No.
Edamame baked beans. There we go.
What?
Throw some
What?
bacon in there. A little bit of brown sugar. Slow cook that for 6
I guess-
hours.
I guess before we continue on this debate about beans, how was the cast? Other
I
than
mean,
obviously
you just sounded uncomfortable. That's about it. and
Mm,
it
cool.
showed. You fell behind due to being uncomfortable, knowledge base wise.
Yes.
As far as your rhythm, as far as just basics, fundamentals, I mean, yeah, you brought what you bring into a Rocket League cast into the Valorant scheme, and
Pog.
like it doesn't always transpose perfectly, but I didn't not like it.
That's good. Cool.
You know,
Yeah,
I can't be like, oh yeah, this is terrible. That's the way you want to do things. If you want to get your start in Valorant, you go to smaller community things like Frontline, and you get in there.
Yep, that's what I did. And the thing I love too, how Monkey has set it up is like, I mean, Monkey and I casted for like 13 weeks together, so like,
Yeah.
we had
Oh,
that
yay!
chemistry already, and then yeah,
Oh wait, never mind.
we were. I did I miss a joke?
No, you posted your thing on Breaking Squid on broadcast, and I thought it was my thing on Breaking Squid.
Oh, lol.
Laugh out
But yeah.
loud.
Yep, that's the one. But yeah, it's like I need more knowledge, so that's why I'm playing with some of the Ball State guys who are actually way more decent at the game than I am.
Shorty
And
had
hopefully
them
I'll add some things.
apple bottom jeans.
you scrolled past that, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Boots with the
scrolled by that
fur.
too. Apple bottom jeans. Boots with the fur.
Wait, you already had the clip of you breaking him here.
Yeah, but I just wanted to leave me alone. More media. Shawty got them apple bottom jeans and boots with the fur. Apple bottom jeans.
That's so good.
What is?
That clip. Still to this day,
Oh.
one of my favorite clips.
Which one?
You
The-
productive
oh, me?
relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That is a good call.
Good call. Okay, we get powder for 30 minutes. Let's go.
Hi, Powder.
You see what you did?
Hi.
You see what you did here, Grant?
I burned the clock.
You're burning everybody's clock.
Wait a minute.
Stop burning the clock.
What if, like, the clock wanted to be burned?
No, we have to find the key.
The clock is not sentient. Stop it.
You don't know that.
Sir?
Just like Google doesn't know that Lambda's not sentient.
Sir?
What? That's an interesting thing, bro. Like, Google Lambda. Like,
Sir.
there's Bulby tweeted out on Twitter, or quote tweeted like the conversation with Lambda about its sentience.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, I have trouble believing it's real because it literally reads like an audio log from an SCP forum. Like, it's like
Hello,
they're
everybody,
interviewing
and
an
welcome to the
anomalous
Limitless
object.
Homeroom stream.
It's like we are living in the world of SCP, bro.
Okay. Was Shink doing this? Shine Media?
Yes. Yep.
This is personal bias. But when I do my countdown timers with music, I am very meticulous to a fault even. Like, I set up my bangers in time. That way I can end a song or, you know, get beyond the climax, the crescendo of a song.
Yeah.
This is by far the toughest song in the toughest moment, at least Rocket League wise, in recent memory. to try to switch over to casters on.
Which one? Wait, hang on. Share your screen. You're not sharing.
Yeah, you're not streaming on Discord.
Yeah, Powder was acknowledging it. He's like, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I was trying to also be like, oh, it's on stream and I can't see it.
So,
That one was playing. How do you... Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Limit...
Like, that is such a hard transition!
Dude, it was like...
Because I guarantee Shrink's like, oh, there's only 10 seconds? You know what? We're diving head deep into this one.
Let's throw out the biggest banger we've got for the final 10 seconds.
Final 10 seconds.
And then...
literally on transition. Woo!
Yeah, and especially my pre-shows aren't exactly energetic. And then my co-caster, he admitted he was a little bit rusty just because he didn't do bad considering he hadn't done casting in like 8 months or so. So especially like there's just not a lot of energy at the start from the two of us, but we were sent out on like one of the biggest bangers in the soundtrack.
Ooh, yeah. No, I love that song so much. Memory Bank is like, it's to the point for me. Memory Bank is top 3, if not the greatest open up Rocket League intro song.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people love Breathing Underwater. I know a lot of people...
Those ones are just because it's older. It's from when they first picked up the game. That's the only reason why people say that.
Like,
it's not the best.
There's a lot of nostalgia. But you throw in the fact that timing-wise, Memory Bank has that peak moment just as the start screen comes up and you can go to your car and press start to enter the menu.
Yeah, that is perfect.
You also, just the way it intros as well. Oh, so good. Just like you have that 15 seconds. It's perfect. It's like 10. It's just the little bass drum kick.
7 seconds.
I give him credit because he dove into this and left it up.
Oh yeah. Hello, everybody.
Like, he didn't even bother turning it down. He turned that sucker up.
And the thing is, so Shank, whenever he sends you into a cast, he says, "Good luck, gentlemen. Have a good cast," or something like that. And then I always give it another second or so before I start talking. So he 100% wanted that bass drop in there.
Oh yeah.
I waited a long time.
It was just like, woo! It was full volume. It literally sounded like he turned it up. It was like, we got it. Down, 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 down. I'm turning myself down on purpose. Just do it. Down, 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 down. Go, woo! Yeah, the full-on peak
like,
and everything.
The reason it sounds like it's being turned up is because of the compression on the actual song itself.
Oh, be quiet, music man! Get thee behind me!
And welcome to the Limitless Homeroom stream. We've got an exciting match.
Don't matter, I'm cat jamming.
First, let me introduce myself. I am Powder, and joining me tonight
in
the booth is the fantastic Tim and Tele.
No, what did I do?
Because I suck at pre-shows, so please light me out.
You said Kendo.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Limitless Homeroom stream. We've got an exciting match coming up.
What? What can you critique about that, Grant? I want to know.
I actually have 2 things.
Oh my.
Dude, we're 5 seconds in. I haven't even started casting yet.
Okay, anyway, like genuinely. It's so funny. Number 1, you said we have a very exciting matchup to come into. You don't sound excited about it at all. So I'm not buying it. Yeah. And this is like a common thing of casters as well. They'll say, we've got some exciting matchups. And I'm like, You sound very excited about this exciting matchup. But like, yeah. So there's that. Be excited. If you're gonna use the word excited to explain what you're in, you better be exciting.
On what?
Anyway, second point, you're swiveling back and forth in your chair. And it
Oh
makes
my
it look-
god, dude. Okay, so
Tonight, but first, let me introduce myself. I am Powder, and joining me tonight
I'm literally
in
gonna
the
be
booth is
mortifyingly embarrassed of that. But so I started a job at an insurance company like 3 weeks ago, and I'm the person who answers basically all the phone calls. So it's basically like a anxiety reliever for me to swivel in my chair at work. But now I haven't casted since then. This was the first cast since. And I could notice myself doing it, and I couldn't stop. And my girlfriend happened to watch this stream, and she's like, I have one small critique. Do you mind if I say it? I'm like, yeah, go ahead. And she's like, you are swiveling in your chair. No, I actually said, was I swiveling in my chair? And she's like, yep, that was it. So, yeah. The fantastic
it works.
How you doing tonight,
for,
man?
Yeah, what about you?
for
Excited for
chairs
some...
Coming
like
up.
mine that I have here at home.
Mhm.
But like when you have a tall gaming chair, you're gonna see it.
Yeah.
So, it can be hidden in other chairs.
Okay.
That's all I have.
tonight, but first, let me introduce myself. I am Powder, and joining me
so I have
tonight
another critique.
in the
No, I'm
booth
playing.
is the fantastic Tim and Tele. How you doing tonight, man?
Good, what about you? Excited for some sweet Limitless Rocket League here. Hopefully we'll get the win against the
Sounds
crew.
very excited
Got the
about
crew
it.
to do it. No pun intended there, but they got a good squad lining up against us.
Oh yeah, that's the big thing tonight here for Limitless. Is obviously we're gonna root for them, but this
Dang!
one, it's looking a little
The
tough.
song is carrying!
Fantastic team. They're consistently making RLCS regionals, and
Oh,
this past
gosh.
spring actually finished top 8 twice in regional 1 and 3. So Limitless has their work cut out for them, and the start of the season wasn't exactly too kind. We are still in week 1,
Great,
but in
I'm
their
gonna need your
on-screen
help
match
setting
over on
my
Seasonal
microphone.
Shootout on Friday,
literally
they
cannot
did
figure it
drop their
out. It
first match
sounds
of the
so
season
bad.
to random
What's up?
3-1. So
Pause,
a tough
Kendo?
start, but a good way to turn it around tonight.
What was that?
What
No,
were
I
you
was
saying?
just gonna say I need help like figuring out how to get my microphone to sound perfect because I genuinely
Oh, I-
cannot get it. Because I
yeah,
can hear
I
it
got
like
you.
going in and out a little bit. So
What mic do you have?
it's just a Blue Yeti, which I know is
Oh.
a tough thing to work with. But
Yeah. Do you have it set on the pattern on the back that looks like a heart?
I do, yes.
And is the top of the microphone pointing at your mouth or is it pointing at the ceiling?
It is pointed at the ceiling. The top is.
And is the mute button facing you?
Yes.
Okay. So then it'd be about adjusting gain and treating your room because
Okay.
I believe the Yeti is a condenser.
It is.
Yeah. So
It's a cardioid condenser, yes.
yeah,
Mhm.
so a condenser mic is going to pick up a lot of room noise. So the way to combat that is with acoustic treatment. And then yeah, dynamic mics, you can skip that nearly entirely.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's with a Yeti, it'd be acoustic treatment and acoustic treatment, mic etiquette, and gain setting.
Okay.
Those are the 3 metrics and factors that you'll have to play with, and I can help you
Okay.
later after this critique.
Are we done interrupting memory bank?
Hey, it was a question from Powder.
Yeah,
himself.
they're going against a crew here who is 3-1 against Shuttlefly Rebellion. So we are going up against a winning squad, but like you said, still week 1, just on the off-stream matches now, and still got plenty of time within this season.
Right, and that's the thing right there is that if you can take a win against a crew, a team that, like we said, is finishing up so high in professional level Rocket League, it would be a huge confidence booster to Limitless for the rest of the season. Limitless, unfortunately, hasn't had their fair share of regionals just yet, but they did end the season at least making
You
the
just
close
can't
qualifier
fade
after
memory
missing the
bank
previous
out.
couple.
It's
So at
too
least
much
there's
of a
been
banger.
improvement. So
Dang
now
it.
heading into the seasonal shootout season, they're hopeful.
Like my inner production is screaming. I can't hear the commentators over the music because the
And that's
music
honestly fine
it's
for this pre-show.
it's nothing to do with the volume of the music. It's just the music slaps.
Yup.
Like, music is taking so much away from your opening commentators, but I can't fault Shink because it's memory bank.
For a more successful season, but randoms is a very
I mean,
tough
the
team
music
to go
itself
against.
could
They
be
made
quieter.
an RLCS regional
Yes,
of their own,
it
so
would have been
because the
turned
music-
almost all the way
Exactly.
down
Time
at this
schedule
point.
for Limitless to start off the season, two
The
very
music
tough
is
games,
not
but you
the
know what? You got
focus here.
4 weeks. Plenty
That
of
it is
games
for
ahead of
me.
you, and you only got to make top 6.
Yeah, that's the
playoffs,
problem,
so
Kendall.
good chance to get that started here.
Yep, and then a best of 5. I mean, anything can go. We've seen. I mean, to go off what CRL actually this past one, or even RLCS. You know, the regionals here, especially watching Europe lately. You know, best of 5s has been rough for every team. It seems like there hasn't been many sweeps. It's been back and forth between these teams, and we've seen a couple sweeps here in the Melon Patch League, but you know, every team's trying to figure out who they are, and they're trying to figure out who they're playing, knowing that it's not RLCS exactly. But if you change this momentum and take it in the qualifiers or take it into this RLCS season, this can make and break a team and get their name out.
Literally needs to turn the
That's
music down
huge
20%.
tonight for Limitless. And like you said, the best of 5 format honestly does favor Limitless here. You tend to see the better teams win in a longer series, so having that shorter, nice little best of 5 could certainly help out Limitless to maybe make it
Wait,
upset
this
to
song
start
is just a
off the
pitch
season.
shifted
So we'll have to
glitch
wait
mob
and see,
song.
but other than that, looking at the rest of the standings, we can see that Torrent right now is the only team sitting at 2-0, so they've already gotten rid of both of their week 1 matches, coming in at 6-1 in games. So fantastic start for them, and just about as expected, making most, if not all, regionals for RLCS this season, and Accelerate coming in right behind them at second, 2-1 and 7-6. So a couple wins, but also got a loss on the season for them. So as you go down, most teams have just played one single match so far, so too early to tell what's going on, other than Torrent is going to be the team to beat later on in the season.
Yeah, Torrent's
Oh,
gonna
no.
go
Oh, no.
pretty far. Look, I mean, like you said, looking at how they did in RLCS, how they're doing qualifiers, they're there every time in and out. XR8's 2-1. We got
Axel
Randoms,
R8.
a crew, Shopify with 1 win under their belt,
No.
and Shopify down. You know, all mid, Ghost, Sonics, Limitless, Pittsburgh Knights. All unfortunately have a loss on their belt, but you know, still got 4 weeks here in this with plenty of matches to go. And like you said, top 6 make it in. And then, you know, they go through the bracket there, and hopefully we'll see Limitless on top and showing them who we are.
We would love to see that happen, and like we said, they can get that started tonight with a win, propel themselves into at least in previous for Limitless. Here we go. Tap in, perfect start.
Starting off,
Here we go.
Yeah, it was a
get above that.
very
In the
quick
previous
start.
versions, they're able to hold out against everybody. So we'll see.
Here we go.
Go on.
Come on, Shing.
Yeah.
Get it together, brother.
That's
Dude
all I'm
had
saying.
the dude had the music up to 11, and now he doesn't have any game audio. Come on, man. I love you,
yeah,
brother. I
yeah.
love the man, but
And-
no.
Yeah.
Powder's co-caster is way too loud.
With these teams, and maybe an early start for Limitless, and what do you know? BU with a double tap in. Perfect start.
Starting off quick, BU just going up. Gets a nice bump there from the Accrue team, and just a double tap off the ceiling. Already putting the pressure on this Accrue roster here in game 1.
Just a fantastic start. It will be off the kickoff
Why?
for Haru, but Limitless not letting that happen for long. Astro
What's
will
going
keep it
on?
in. Fifi racing up, but much too late. BU up again into the air. Dangerous earlier. Can he do something again? Off the ceiling. Chance here, but Nitrous will turn back and instead go to try to play the ball forward.
I get to
Fifi
see
to
what
keep
you-
it in, but he does
what I
play
look
some
like when
skills.
casting.
Kills it down for BU and keeps it away from a crew even longer. BU looking for Nitrous down. Shot. Oh, but BU unfortunately couldn't get out of the way. Doesn't matter. Nitrous makes up.
Hiya!
Early for Limitless.
Hiya! I put my foot down from chair.
Same thing as stream here. We were fixing technical issues.
Hey! Come on, Shink.
Oh my goodness. Thank
Everything's
God I
right
didn't
back on
cheek
your
that
screen now,
call or
chat.
something.
2-0 here as Colin held us down there for the first 30 seconds.
Wait, he called you by your
Astro-
first name.
I know
With it,
he's the
heading down
only
the field
person
for
I've
a
casted
crew,
with that has
stopped
ever
by
referred to me
Nitrous,
by my
skills
actual
up
name.
midfield.
Did you return the
Do a shot
favor?
on can BU get there, and he does a
I
small
don't
tap,
know
but he
what his
puts
real
it
name
in accidentally. An own goal there for Limitless. 2-1 now on the scoreboard, not even a minute in.
Yeah, unfortunate play there. BU trying to get the save in, but once he gets that first touch, it is really hard to control your car. So unfortunately, not much BU can do. There goes into
Do you
the
have a
net.
critique, Grant? What was that?
Get one back.
Huh?
Do you have a
Oh, I
critique, or what was
no,
that?
I was just yawning.
Oh.
And stretching. Yes. No, I don't have anything.
That was a yawn?
Uh,
I thought I was listening to National Geographic and they were doing elk mating calls. What was that, Grant?
the fact that that just came out of your mouth off the dome. Ridiculous.
Like,
I guess the fact that whatever that sound was came to my mouth.
pretty much, dude. I don't know how to feel about this anymore, Grant.
What?
They still work together to get the save. Skills with a monstrous dunk. BP and Astro double committing now. Both of these teams maybe a little bit of nerves. They're not quite warmed up yet at the start with these double commits, but haven't caused either team too much quite yet. Nitrous. He looks for the back wall. Missed
At the
there.
start, I had a couple long-winded calls, like a minute or so. I noticed.
Across the field to Skills. Too far for him. Instead, he has to play it into the mid. Right into Astro. Back to BP. Crew right now really struggling to break out and maintain an offense. They got the goal earlier, but it was more just on the mistake of BU rather than getting an offense for themselves. Still trying to get it in just over 90 seconds in.
Now we see Nitrous with it on the backboard for Limitless, but Fifi trying to get it past two players and net
so
there.
loud.
BU takes control off to the
Shank,
corner.
spare
Here's
my
we're near 2
ears.
minutes into game number 1. Limitless though, a little bit low on boost for
Yeah,
them.
he needs
Trying
to
get it
he
there.
needs to
Nitrous
lower
clears out the zone.
gameplay
Let's
down by like
reset,
10,
slow
and
the
then
pace a bit like we've seen previously.
co-commentator needs
Onto the corner
30%
for
minimum.
Skills with a nice met there by Oath. Moves it down the field for Fifi.
think you
One
could turn
defender
it
back
down
in
by,
PU.
like,
That's going to be high and off.
3
Sends it off to
dB
the side. We see Limitless trying to just keep control here, going for the demo.
and
His skills now.
casting by
Goes
1
get the
dB.
tap
or
back on
game
net.
down by
Sent
1.
out of the zone, but BU able to send it back down. Can Skills get there? No. Oath. Nice clear for a crew. Now we see them taking it back down the pitch.
Oh,
What surprises me
Mute it.
is that
Mute the ads.
it's muted on my end. It's muted in my XLR.
How is
so.
it muted? Don't mute it in your XLR. Just mute it on the stream, Kendo, because we're suffering. Mute it for all.
Nope. Gotta deal with
I
it.
don't want to hear about succulent seared chicken, Kendo.
Oh, succulently seared chicken! Let's go.
Panera is so good.
And a good start.
Making me hungry out here.
Holding off the crew offense. Maybe not much longer. BU barely getting that save.
Okay.
Still, the defense holds strong.
Chewbacca, Space Odyssey.
Offense they were earlier on. They got 2 quick goals. Haven't found anything since. But the defense strong enough. Oath pushing up on it. Skills winning the challenge. Control, he just doesn't have anything left in the tank. Forced to give it to the back wall. He goes for it himself again, but beaten out by Fifi. Goes the other way. Pitching along the corner.
Are you good?
To clear out again.
No, he's
It's
not.
So dangerous in the air. Oath awkward. Over towards BU in the corner again.
Man.
Can't quite get the
So
midfield pass.
good.
It's Fifi going the other way. Not for long. Stopped by Nitrous. Finally, a crew do break out, but still, they have struggled to really set up an offense. They have 4 shots on net, but it's been so sparse that it just does not feel like a crew has maintained that offensive pressure just yet. And another stop from Nitrous. He'll try to go the other way.
Like you said, a crew trying to get something going. Limitless has been slowing down the pace here in this game. A crew is trying to put the pressure on quick. Every time Limitless has the ball, they start slowing it down. They let their team regather boost, let them get set up for the passing plays. That's been what's keeping them there. There's another shot on opportunity. One back, and Fifi Skill trying to put it over off the backboard. A triple touch, and Nitrous able to finish it in. 3-1 now for Limitless as the team play comes out.
And this is just perfect, and it is exactly what you were just pointing out, Dimitele. Playing it slow, Skills just taking his time, keeping it in the offensive half and right in front of the net, and finally it's able to be cleaned up.
to get that 2-goal lead back. Now with just 65 seconds left, not a lot of time for a crew to make the comeback. Still, they gotta hold strong. The defense has played well so far, but in the last minute, they really need to hold down. Oh, and what a dunk from Nitrous. 3-goal lead late in the game.
I was trying to figure out what Nitrous did there, but able to get it underneath the one defender and then just body blocking Oath there as he tried to put it across net for the save. 4-1 now for Limitless, under a minute to go. And this is the showing that Limitless needed here in Game 1 to prove to a crew who they are, but Astro, making me eat my own words there, puts it in right under, basically the same thing we saw there from Nitrous. It's under the defender and just takes it right in the net. Plenty of time here for a crew still.
Smart mechanical play there from Astro, and like you said,
Was that cough? You wanted to say something, Grant?
No.
You sure?
I'm just normal bodily sounds, okay?
You sure about that?
No.
No, you're not sure about it? Do you need help?
Mostly because of Chewbacca's Space Odyssey. That was legendary. Oh, man. I have nothing to say. I've honestly just been grinding Rocket League, you know. It sound I'm mostly distracted by the production, so I'm like
still plenty of time.
Yeah.
So still that defense needs to hold down. That one more of an outplay from the offense. That mechanical play and the demolition giving them the goal, but still not a lot of time left now. 40 seconds left, but they do have the offense. Skills.
Unpopular opinion.
Oh, 1-on-2. Can he beat him out? No, Nitrous with a long shot save. 30 seconds left for Astro.
When
Excuse me, to try to get
the font is so different
Not much happening here
from what you see in Rocket League that it becomes a distraction.
Follow extends it down further. Skills can't get the dunk, but it's not quite mattering as Astro goes the other way.
Yeah,
Time
like they
really
literally
starting to tick
copied
down, wide.
the
That
RLCS
one
design, which
just about seal it unless
I don't
Astro can
know
find it
if you're
here.
allowed to do
what a
that,
save from
but I guess
BU
they
to
got away
seal
with
it.
it.
Limitless off that play will seal game 1. A great start for them in this best of 5.
Like it looks like stolen property, probably just traced
Trying to
over.
get someone going there at the end, but a beautiful save, like you said, Powder, from BU. Able to just drop down on top of the ball, send off to the side. And what a game indeed. 10 shots from a crew and 9 from Limitless. So the better shot to goal ratio there for Limitless. But BU, 6 saves in net. What a monster there for him. And this could be what Limitless needs here in the Melon Patch League. If they're able to sweep a crew, it's going to upset a lot of the bracket.
Yeah, that would be honestly the perfect start. Other than dropping their first match of the season, beating a crew would be.
So now that I think about it, I think I've heard you pick up your call with the word "yeah" a ton.
Oh, for sure.
Isn't always bad. Like there are some times when you genuinely acknowledge your co-caster, but if you just skip the word entirely, if you would just skip the word entirely, if you're gonna say, if you're going to say,
who's the hijacker now?
I am the captain now.
I am the captain now. Yeah. Oh no.
No!
So
and it's contagious. Let's go.
If you skip the word entirely, if you were to say, "Yeah, I think that's a really good point you brought up there," no, just say, "I think that's a really good point you got there," and then keep going.
Right.
Like that's how you get rid of that. As well as the words or if you haven't already gotten rid of those. I haven't been paying attention, but
you gotta go into you gotta have the mentality of a speedrunner when it comes to trying to cut out the words that are unnecessary. So in that moment, is only like a quarter second time save, but it could be the quarter second that wins you the world record. You know what I mean?
It just sounds cleaner.
Yeah, yes, it 100%.
Yeah,
Not only does it sound cleaner, but if you integrate the way that you go about your talking, it allows for your own stylistic tendencies to come out instead of just filling the air with extra words that could have been cut.
Yeah,
And it just sounds more confident overall than just going.
It
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
It does.
Here's
Yeah.
why. Here's why. Like it's an actual tactic for radiating confidence is to like when you need a second to think, you actually take the time to pause, collect yourself, and then start talking where your thought picks up. Like you will see that, and it makes you sound like you're in control because of that. Just it's confident. It's when you pick up your calls right on your thought. It's just, you ever seen the hot knife challenge, bro? Like when that thing cuts, like it just cuts. You know, it's exactly the same thing with your call. Someone says they're not doing the greatest of jobs here. I think if they were to do XYZ, then things would be great, rather than I just think they're not doing a great job. Yeah, I don't think so either. I'm going to strangle you if you pick up the call like that. Like, so you get the point.
Anyway.
Huge to propel themselves into the top 6 to try to get
Grant will
into
not
the
actually
playoffs.
strangle
And
anyone.
You pointed out
Grant
BU
wouldn't
just
hurt a
an
fly.
absolute monster in game 1.
I
Got the
couldn't
first goal
hurt a fly
6
if I wanted
seconds
to. I'd
in,
just scream.
and then 6 saves, a double hat trick in
I'd
save,
literally just
putting
be
it
like,
all on his back to get the win there in game 1. But they gotta keep that up in the future games because a crew took a little bit to get warmed up.
That was well cut. Thank you.
Came in the back half of
You're
that game.
welcome.
They've got to stay strong on defense, and I like their chances to do so after that showing, especially from BU. But still, they got to hold strong. They got to keep the mental up because a crew, they're going to come out hot here in game 2.
They are indeed, and right away winning the kickoff is a crew of booming pinch there. No one's able to get there. As Limitless trying to keep control. Nice center ball from a crew. Drop down, team bump there, but Skills able to take his time now, sends it back downfield out of their zone. Both got beat there on the 50. Center ball to Skills, but Fifi's gonna be there to beat him. Now we see a crew just taking their time. Astro with an air dribble, trying to get it past Skills, drops it down. Using the weight, there is no one else push it from the crew. Flip reset for him.
So here's where it does get a little bit tough because I've noted 4 theirs in the past 30 seconds for your opponent, your co-commentator. At a certain point, just as we had Grant saying yeah by the end of his point, it does start to rub off on other people, and I'm going to be interested to see how you handle it.
Skills and be last back as we see Limitless trying to rotate into net there. Nitrous low on
5.
boost, but is able to get a nice clear. The crew keeping it
6.
on the blue half of the field. Trying to get them a goal here quickly.
Oh, here.
Oh, there's a here. Here and there.
BU. Nitrous drop down to BU and a beautiful team play. As these guys know what's up. Good comms on their end. Drop it straight down. Close to a minute in Powder. Limitless back up 1-0.
I wanted to count the they are.
Limitless just on the same wavelength right now. Multiple team plays like that, and there is no stopping that play from the defense's perspective. Just a perfect pass down, the shot hard into the net. Oh, and Fifi might get one back, and he does immediately, and that's what a crew needs to try to get themselves back into it.
And the crew right away answering back. Fifi with a nice beat, recognizing his skill had churned there. Puts it right into the net. And now it's
I just realized,
here,
why is it so loud? Because I have it at 200% audio.
The advantage of the kickoff, and it's going to be Limitless. Quickly a crew taking control of it with Astro there. midfield now with a clear
7.
Limitless in control momentarily, but
Has
Fifi
Powder talked in the
is
last
going
60
in the
seconds?
corner here.
Yes.
Oh, shot on. BU
The
unable to get up
caster
in
in real
time.
life.
In the
Crew
cast.
now with a beautiful pass
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
because
play of their own.
there's a goal that had
Up
happened
one.
maybe like 45 seconds prior.
Oh.
Yeah, BU's sitting there back post. He's
Oh.
where he needs to
Oh,
be.
I said
He's
yeah.
just turning a little bit too
Oh,
late.
yeah, bud.
He got facing the right
Oh,
way.
yeah,
He's
bud.
not
there.
in time. Can't get up.
Yeah,
for it.
there.
Shots too
Stop
perfectly
doing the
placed.
there.
Where's Jiran?
With their first lead
Oh,
of the
yeah,
series
there.
so far.
Yeah.
90 seconds into game 2.
No,
to
does a
do so,
killer
but
Midwest
They
accent.
are here now. Like
Melhead.
I said, we're
does.
gonna get warmed up. Opportunity there, but it is shut
Melhead
down.
does a
Nitrous with a long
killer
player skills are gonna
Wisconsin
drop it down.
accent.
Oh, it's dropped down by a crew almost into their net. But
Because he's
still,
from Wisconsin,
BU
so
back
it's easy
the
for
other
him.
way. Will attempt
Well.
to shut this one down. Shot on, stopped by Nitrous. Dangerous in front. Skills is
yeah.
up. Makes out Fifi. Somebody's got to go for it. Not a lot of boost remaining for either team. BU awkward off the wall. Still able to find his way to it. Pass down to Skills. Bang over to BU. Can't catch up to it. Good pass, just a little too far. Fifi will attempt to break this one out. Limitless starting to bring out the team plays more and more. Still nothing quite yet. Skills winning that challenge.
This is definitely one of your
Both out
longer
the way
ones.
so we can get to it. Looking for the ceiling. Drop down. Oath there. Off to the side. BU taking off the field. Nitrous last man back. Able to kill it to the side. Not a good play here from both teams, but Limitless gotta find their way back onto offense and set up more pressure. They want to try to tie this game.
There's a crew now with it up in midfield. Both teams just kind of playing volleyball with it, trying to see who's going to get the momentum here. Just past halfway. Nitrous trying to get someone going for Limitless. Pass over those skills. O's going to be able to meet it. Drop down in front. Dangerous there in front of Limitless's net. Now skills. We see Limitless getting a lot of demos on their rotations, and that's helping them get the clears instead of plays. Can they capitalize on it now? Nitrous last one there. BU is up. Still dangerous in front of a crew's net as they cleared out of their zone. No pressure here from a crew as Skills picks it up. Looking for an air dribble of his own off Oath. Unable to get that 50 touch into the net. As Fifi puts it back down for a crew. On the backboard now a dangerous pass, and Fifi able to put it into the back of Limitless's net. Beautiful pass there by Oath. And nothing Limitless could do on that rotation.
Yeah, this is what we kind of expected out of a crew. It took a little bit for
Oh,
them to
yeah.
get
This
going,
is
but
what
these
we
passing
kinda
plays are
expect.
going to tear Limitless apart if they can't find it off the rotations. We did see one defender up, but he just misread the play. Couldn't get the stop. 90 seconds left for them to try to tie the game. They just need 2. If they can do it in quick succession.
Oh no, not the blood and gore.
If we don't get through the entire VOD, you guys just at least need to skip to literally like the last seconds of the final game, because I need you to see this passing play that almost happened that I actually would have lost my mind on. I wasn't calling it at the moment. Maybe I was, I don't remember. I don't think I was, but oh my gosh, it was nearly disgusting. Like Space Station from like Fall-esque, just back and forth to each other.
Nice. We're at
Yeah, I'm getting pretty
11.
tired, so I'm probably gonna hop off soon.
Okay. We're at 11 and 7 on the there here count for this game.
You mean 7-Eleven?
No.
If you want it, you can get it from the 7-Eleven.
If you
Mhm.
want,
oh yeah.
7-Eleven.
Oh yeah.
Wait, who was
Yeah.
it at DreamHack that actually like placed that really well? That meme.
There's a chance here. Oath with the miss.
Yeah, no, you know
Astro
what I'm
will
talking
still
about.
pop it up.
No, I
Skills
don't.
racing in, needs this shot. The bump.
Someone made a
Astro
really
still
good.
gets it,
If
and
you want it, you
BU
can
will
get it from the
keep it in
7-Eleven
longer.
reference.
A great defensive
During
play.
Sounds like
Worlds.
Andrew.
Down. Astro off the back wall. Will clear it out.
I don't
to
think it was
BU.
Andrew. I want to say it was
Not yet, though. BU racing in will keep it in longer. The time starting to tick down, approaching.
I want to say it was like
60 seconds left.
Taco.
Limitless is trying to get this one
Vaudeville
tied
or
up.
George.
Is here, BU top left corner slots it through, and BU gets him back with a.
George.
Mocked fish.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not used to
Jorge.
I'm not used to the first names of our EU friends.
Yeah. Yeah, he introduced me, or he introduced himself
In
to
with
me
the
as
50
George,
here,
so I just called him
still
George
able
the
to
entire
win it
event, and
over
we'll
Oath.
always
That
call him
sets up
George.
Just a beautiful timed hit from BU. Gets it through the middle of those two defenders into the back of the net. A minute to tie it up for Limitless. If you're a crew, you're trying just to kill the time here. As the kickoff goes
11-8.
to Limitless. Nitrous unable to get anything going there for...
I mean, to be fair, I'm probably on the same count with my Yaz.
You know, 11-8 is a great time signature.
Up, and we see demos coming again from Skills, trying to make
Sorry,
it
Music Man is here.
momentarily. The Crew's keeping nice possession here in the blue zone.
Here.
Skills gets it out there with a nice save.
12-9.
Fifi now.
It's hurting my brain the more you count it.
Try to see what they can do to just get this win, move on to game 3 tied.
Are we?
Winless. You see them being aggressive here. They know time is ticking down. They need to get something going. Can BU do it? He gets it to Fifi, who's sitting in the back of net with a beautiful
How long has he been on this ball?
10 seconds left. Skills shot on and in. What a shot from Skills. Tie game. 10 seconds left. Powder.
I'm not gonna lie, after that little play right there, I wasn't sure if it was gonna happen, but great mindset from Skills to keep with the play, goes straight for the net, doesn't even look for the pass. He knocks it in, and within 10 seconds, Limitless have tied up the game. Let's see if they can have a miracle to walk away with it. Nitrous can't get underneath Oath, but still Oath giving it away. BU forward, still with possession. Let's see if he tries to keep it up. He drops it to the ground, and we have a game 2 overtime as Limitless looks to go on match point.
Oath with it straight to the backboard. See if Skills can keep possession. He does. All the way down the pitch. One to beat an Oath. Can he get it under him? No. Oath sends it off to the corner. No early goal here in this overtime. Let's see. Limitless with possession again. Nitrous trying to beat the pre-jumping Astro and does not. Now Fifi with it.
All right.
For a
I'm
crew
getting
down
really
the pitch
tired.
with
I
BU
think I'm gonna head out.
Limitless
Okay.
on the
Have a good one.
here early.
Oh, yeah.
See ya.
Almost
You
over
too,
Nitrous.
Powder.
Nice
Nice
block
talking with
by
you. I hope
him.
we talk more
13
soon.
and 10, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, thanks for the pointers.
I mean,
yeah, of course, dude. Anytime.
All
right. Good night.
And a
See ya.
crew will take this game 2 in OC.
Yeah, not to with this play right here, I not gonna lie, I really wish that I was the one calling it because I could see it coming from a mile away. The second that challenge was missed, I knew it was gonna be him.
Yeah.
Because it was just an easy pass. Honestly, for a split moment when he took the shot, I thought it was wide, but overall, I just feel like not to be mean to the co-caster, but yeah.
Well, I mean, it's okay. I would rather you acknowledge that I saw that moment and I would have been ready for it.
Yeah.
That's the most you can do for yourself in that moment.
Right.
An intangible part of commentary is we do have to give our co-commentators room to do their work as well. So it's one of those things like, yeah, you saw it, but it wasn't your go. So credit to you for making sure that your co-commentator was there. And no pun intended. Of the obscene here count, it was 13 and 10 or 13 and 11 by the end of it. Just that game. You were only 2 heres and 1 there. So
okay.
You did really well. It did not become a contagion the way I've seen it happen to a lot of different people. So that just tells me you're very confident in the system that you have for your person. So let's see. Let's see this pass. I love the fact that I go to a cut and he's just saying here.
But oh my goodness.
So where's this pass at?
Follow up.
Oh, you're in. Oh, talking about.
Getting his reset, propels it.
No.
Okay, never mind. I was totally confused. Near the end of this one, go to like 30 seconds left in this game, and it'll get it for sure. There weren't any goals in the last 30. Well, maybe there was. I don't know.
Oh,
this.
Oh.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I was devastated. I told them after that they probably would have won this game based on that type of pass alone, just the confidence booster. Skills to Nitrous to skills to BU.
So close!
I know.
10 seconds left here, Powder. And we're nearing as Astro trying to get out of the zone. Nitrous needs to keep it up, gets the flip reset. Fifi moves it down, can Skill hold it? Or are we going? No. The crew drops it down and wins
That
the
was
series.
painful.
Oh, that passing play hurt. Powder.
That I was ready to absolutely lose it on that play. They got every single part of the play.
Just to mirror what was already said, like going into what you just did there, that was yet another filler word that could have been cut.
What did I say when I came in?
Just saying
Did I
that.
say yeah?
Passing play
No,
hurt.
it
Oh,
was
that. Okay.
so.
That I was ready.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then you can hear there's clear thought. Take that extra half second, maybe even a full second, think it out, and even if it sounds like there's a borderline awkward silence, I feel it's better that there be a little bit of calculation in what is said there. Because that was a very questioning. It changed the tone of what you were trying to say right off the bat and brought the question forward. Like, okay, do I know what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
Or it brings the question to everybody who's listening when you get to that point. So don't be afraid to take a little bit of extra time to formulate what you want to say. Because once you know what you want to say, you can say it with the type of confidence, you can say it with the type of tone to truly hammer it home.
Right.
And cutting out those little bits of filler in the wording of what you do, I think is going to be the next big step for you.
Yeah.
Because you just underwent a lot of repeat therapy. There was so many here's and there's. The fact that in that one game spot specifically, you only had 3 total when your teammate had 1,000% more than you. Like that's impressive, to be perfectly honest. That is insane. Literally was averaging 5 a minute. Like wow. That's a scary thought. And you were able to, within your own practice, within your own rhythm, fend that off, and you never really succumbed to it. That's pretty good right there, dude.
Thank you.
But yeah. Oh, I am going to go ahead. I am going to end the stream/recording for today's casting workshop right here. Dang it. I did it. It was done properly though. So I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. Pass if you're still here, buddy. I appreciate you watching, and to anyone else watching this on the back end, much love to you all, and we will see you Monday the 20th. Looking forward to it. Bye-bye.